Here we go. Nope.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Down. Okay, so I'll turn this one up. Yes, I have too many inputs.
So all this bit right here, post-record, pre-actually going, this is where those bloopers and behind-the-scenes things come from, and all those other professional shows.
so yeah, just insert those now. Or what is it? The Tobias Bluth thing? Insert me anywhere.
I blew myself.
He's like mango juice. It's like having a mango in your mouth.
Jesus.
Welcome to session 8 of the Rules of Attrition. As we come join our... Oh, I just love doing it looking at Matt's face. Sorry. Matt, roll us in. Paint a word picture.
Paint me a word picture.
Make it beautiful.
No.
Well, there's a toast for the session, guys.
For those of you that listened to the clip that I sent around the group earlier today, imagine the amazingness that is that introduction from Lucero, followed immediately by,
No.
what? Paint me a word picture. No.
No. Honestly,
No.
kind of works.
Kind of does work.
I mean, I don't know. You guys know what happened?
No.
Welcome to
God.
episode 8 of Rules of Attrition. What are we doing? Who are we? Where's my dog?
This isn't my salad. I ordered chicken salad.
Yes, and?
Yes, and.
It's like we're 10 years old, like making commercials in the tape deck.
Making commercials in the tape deck. Okay.
You guys,
But where else would you get lima bean mist? The entire primatine mist story.
Well, we drove Ryan away.
We've
already.
lost one.
Lima bean mist. Lima bean mist.
Yeah, I remember making that ad on a tape deck when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember the primatine mist commercial.
Oh yeah, I know primatine mist.
I would like to dedicate this episode to our broad following of ghosts. We are the number one streaming live play Dungeons and Dragons game to ghosts. They just don't have Twitch accounts, but they can still watch. We know they're there, and that means a whole lot to us. So we really appreciate their support and their continued patronage as we too proceed on our way to become ghosts.
And we're very
Thank you,
sorry
guys.
that being forced to listen to this is your own personal hell, but
It's the paperwork we signed.
It might be ours too.
That's what. Wait, what? Yeah, that sucks.
So if I remember correctly, we it's morning, I guess, and I think we're all
Volker
still
just
alive.
stumbled in, right?
Folker's gonna tell us a story.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was what had happened.
So the rest of us got a full night's rest, correct?
That's correct.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got a long rest. Rested back up to full. Conditions gone. And the night went through, pretty uneventfully. Everybody did their watch, and then in the morning, I mean, if I remember right, Barmin was half asleep, leaning up against a tree when Folker entered into this makeshift camp, which was about an hour, a pretty rough little hour south of the Goblin camp fight area. You guys are
Wasn't
kind
it
of just
north.
It technically it's north, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just looking up, but yeah, it's north from the Goblin camp. You guys had stumbled around in the darkness and made your way into a makeshift area. And then Folker, who had gone to try to scout down the switchbacks into the valley, came stumbling back in a little bit after first light. Anyway, and I guess that was where things left off.
So you're saying it's morning now and Folker has wandered into the camp?
That's right.
and you were asleep.
No, that's ridiculous. I'm very vigilant.
You look You look a little asleep there. You feeling okay?
Are you hungry? I have some of these rations, these trail food. It's not as good as you. Are you hungry? Come in and we'll feed you. It's great.
Well, I've already, as of the last episode, which we've all forgotten, I already took some venison out. I'm already putting it on the fire. So while you're offering me food, I'm cooking the deer that I had on me that you guys didn't get to eat because I had it. Well, thank you for that, but you want some of the fresh meat I got here?
Oh, good God, yes, please.
Okay, all right. Do you want to wake everyone else, or do you want to just eat your fill first?
No, I'll wake everybody while you're cooking. Don't leave that to me, and I'll go rouse everybody up.
Despite that it's the sun is coming up. There's from your vantage point here under the canopy, it's tough to tell, but there don't appear to be any kind of clouds. There's also once again very little wind deep in this forest here. It hasn't been too cold. This morning is a little bit cool, and as a matter of fact, after everybody getting up, everybody's kind of blankets getting up under those. They're a little dewy. It's a little wet underneath here, just because of the morning. So it's a little cool, and there's condensation on everything. The fire is drifting out a little pitiful amount of smoke before you guys would probably stoke it up again. It's not cold, but it's cool. And Folker, you are not quite in exhaustion, but if you do not get at least, I would say, a couple hours rest before you guys move out, you will incur exhaustion for this day.
Well, when I wake up and see Folker there, I'll ask him, what happened last night for you?
You're muted, I think.
Well, are the other two up?
Up where?
Awake, conscious.
Hi.
Not in this. Oh, all right. Hi.
Good morning.
Good character voice. All right. So I saw the campground. Y'all had a little bit of fun while I was gone, huh? Saw two dead, disrobed individuals. I'm assuming that was y'all.
Yep.
There was a little bit of a scuffle, yes. Not much though.
We handled it.
All right. Well, so a lot of information gathered last night. That's quite an encampment down there, down the road. It took me a bit of time to get down there, but there's at least 20 tents. I saw warriors walking around in full armor. I counted nearly a dozen. I'm sure there's more than what I could just see, and there's the slaves are all set up in pens, and there's actual real established like buildings, sheds down there, and it seems like they're here for the mine down there, because they looks like they're opening the mine back up. Seems like it was probably closed off and they're trying to get back in it for some reason or another. But I didn't see any sign of the that party we were looking for. But we're gonna have to be more than a little careful if we ever go anywhere near that, because there's way too many guys for us to go up against. However, I did see something a little weird, and Folker grabs a let me see, make sure I get it exactly right here, a small sack, and I kind of toss the sack over to Abel. And inside are some cloth. There's a remnant of a torn lace dress and a ripped up black tabard. All insignia or sigils or identifying features of these items are removed. Now, on the way back, I didn't see it on the way down, but on the way back, after watching the people down there for a while, found a camp a little ways off, and that we just hadn't seen last night, and it looks like some people have been staying there, and they ended up heading away from it. 3 sets of tracks were leading away. I followed them for a bit, and then I saw a whole bunch of little tracks around them over near the goblin camp. So I don't know if maybe goblins caught these folk, and those are some of the bones we found back there, or what it is. But does these items mean anything to you guys?
I pull out that lace dress, Taryn, and I ask Anya, does you took that other one? Does this match?
As soon as I see Volker pull out the lace, I go into the pack and I'm looking for the gown. My guess is that we have the missing piece for this poor unfortunate gown.
It is the missing piece. It does pretty much fit.
So what does that mean then? Why were they in 2 different camps? Like, do you think one of them
Possible the other camp was the Crimson Brothers?
There's no blood on the dress, is there?
No, there isn't.
That black tabard, was that was it a tabard or was it a sigil or what's
No,
it?
it's a tabard. It's not even like it's just a tabard, so it's fairly decorative. Pretty much just like a front with a hole for a neck and a back, which generally have a place for sigil. As a matter of fact, when you're looking over over it, you can kind of see that there's some stitching, like just some slight stitching in there where whatever was on there has been ripped off.
Would there be any way for us to deduce if there were at the one?
It's not like there's an outline of whatever it was. There's just a couple of stitching. You're like, oh, there was something here, but it's not gone. There's also not like a faded pattern, like this is lighter and this is darker. There's no way to discern what it was. You just see.
Does the tabard resemble the tabards that the guards outside of the Lola camp were wearing, other than no emblem?
Similar. It's a black tabard, yes, but it doesn't resemble theirs exactly. Theirs were a little bit more like long sleeve kind of thing. This is something that you would guess, and you probably have seen, just almost conscript soldiers get this really makeshift stuff thrown over the other clothes that they're wearing. It's not like it's not what a professional soldier would wear, but it's somebody who would be conscripted would throw this thing over as an identifier.
So does it look like the sigil was removed like as a whole, or like it was individually stitched on and then the threads were just pulled out? Like
it looks like that it was
the sigil?
No, it was probably just some sort of piece of cloth that was just removed.
Okay.
So I don't know what we want to do with this information here, but
My instinct is to think that the dress is Lara's. The 2 lovers ran away to start a life together. If Florian was trying to hide in plain sight, let's say, no better way than a sorry, out of character. I would kind of recognize. I think I would recognize just the generic nature of the tabard. Is that something I can assume, or no?
What do you mean? That it's a tabard?
Well, that it's just kind of like
Shoddy,
standard uniform,
generic.
like scrub.
Conscript
soldier.
for conscript.
Yes. Yeah. You would recognize it.
Okay, so I'll continue. If Lorian's looking to hide, there's no better way than to hide in plain sight. And a basic soldier's tabard, very few people would question that.
I mean, it's fair enough. A problem with that for us is, well, there were 3 sets of tracks leaving the camp, not 2. So I don't know if that pair had another with them, but
The brother that went to go find them, right? Or did we learn
I
anything?
think there was a
about
brother that
guy?
went to go find him. I think you're
No, I
correct.
think it was the Crimson Brothers that went off to look for
No,
him.
You both are correct.
the girl, the young girl's brother went off also.
that'd make
Basil.
for the 3.
Basil Cardo. Oh, he left his military conscription to go find them.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, like I said,
That's his.
And what
Yeah.
did the map you found with the dress show again? I don't remember.
Oh, I'll pull it out. It looks like a very poor, just a makeshift map of what looks like the mines, I would think. There's an entranceway over to the left, if I recall.
The what the map that small little drawn map shows it's burlap, and it shows like a little charcoal drawing of what looked like a map of a mine, and then it shows off to the left there is like a smaller, and there's kind of like a road around, and then there is a smaller little bitty same kind of entrance to a mine which is circled.
So could we think that maybe this was these three, or some combination of these three, were sneaking into the mine, or found a way to sneak into the mine?
Possibly.
We
can certainly go check and find where that entrance might be. See what it looks like.
I don't want to go on a fool's errand here, but I personally don't feel comfortable just leaving that lot.
The slave? No, absolutely not.
I agree.
Well, I mean, there's 30 odd slaves down there. They're all shackled together at the feet. It's sets of 5, it seems. And I mean, there's 30 of them, but there's more than enough guys to kill our group 10 times over. So, as much as I'm all about the idea of being a good Samaritan, if you will, I don't know what chance we have to free them unless y'all are just going to point me in the direction of that camp and wish me luck again.
Well, there's another way into the mine. I assume the slaves are being used in the mine. Could you tell that?
That would be a good assumption.
Maybe we can sneak in the mine and free them in the mine without having to engage that full group.
Volker, there were parts, and I know I sent you a lot of information, so what you remember is that they have not actually made entrance to the mine yet. It's preparations.
Right.
So they're preparing the thing. There's a lot of what some of the things he saw was there was a lot of they just set up kind of a blacksmithing area for repairing of some metal. They had felled a number of large trees and were shaping them into timber supports. So they were shoring up the entrance.
Right, they're clearing the entrance. They haven't.
And they had just begun to clear the entrance. Basically, the whole place had just gotten set up because it hadn't been but a week or so that you guys could, if you think back and estimate, maybe around a weekish or so, maybe a little bit more, that they've probably been there, and that they're beginning in earnest to start to go into that mine. That's the appearance.
What did the guards look like, Volker?
They were fully armored. Had
I pulled that chainmail I wore yesterday out of my bag because I don't have it on yet. Was it this kind of armor and the helmet?
Yes, pretty much.
Yep.
Exactly that.
yeah.
All of them. There weren't any other because
I didn't know. I didn't notice any light soldiers or pickets or footmen or archers or anything like that.
Did I not send you that? I thought I did.
I might have overlooked it. Oh, there were 3 non. I mean, there's a lot of information in here.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair for him, it was at least like 2.5 pages worth of stuff.
Yeah, a few hours ago.
That's a word picture for sure.
I didn't get it all. No, the only thing I got in here was 10 warriors. There's probably more. 3 non-warrior foreign types were seated about drinkins. That's it. Those are the only humanoid informations that I gained.
Is it too much to maybe get captured and work from the inside?
Well, you have fun with that. I don't ever plan on being on the
It
other
was a
side of
dumb
the
idea.
chain.
Sometimes I have ideas that are bad. Just
Tell you what.
No, that's
no,
not
that
a
was
good
a bad idea. It's okay on you.
Hey,
It's not a
Stormtrooper
good
is the
idea,
two of us.
but it's not a dumb idea.
What's a stormtrooper?
Aren't you a little short for a death knight?
We can bring the Warlocka.
All right. I would love to be on about the planning here, but
Yeah, once you get to
and
the
I hand the venison over. How much would a meal be? Because we had 4 pounds of it left for everyone.
it would be basically, were there 5 of us?
Mm-hmm.
We need a pound a day, so that's 5 pounds total.
So a
for the
third
day.
of a
It's
third
only
of that.
one meal, so
1/3 of a day's food, which would be like
it's like a pound and a half.
One-
This
Or
is new math with D&D.
1.33 repeating, of course.
of course.
I'm gonna let y'all
Pounds
figure
of
this part
venison.
out.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go back to my
I'm-
my supplies and get something. You guys.
I'm
keep-
gonna round to make it easier and say that we ate 1.5 pounds. So
Save
it's
the,
almost like there's a sixth person. Barmin's got a big appetite.
save the neck for me, Folker.
There you go. So I hand 1.5 pounds of venison over to the group to consume. And then I say, y'all give it a thought. What you want me to do? I'm gonna fall the hell asleep.
Oh, absolutely, Fulker.
Good night.
I'm gonna set
Good
the
day.
leather armor down next to him.
Put the chain shirt down next to him too.
Lay
I
your
use it as like a
wardrobe out in
blanket.
the morning.
A
I took
very
him.
heavy blanket. Just
Tuck him
I
under.
just put my bedroll on top of him.
Let's pitch a tent on top of him as well.
I'm
Oh.
asleep. So you guys do whatever the hell you
Yeah,
want.
just gonna lay that down there.
Does anyone have any
Um,
shaving cream or a Sharpie?
What's
I
a
have
shirt?
some incense, and I'm sure we could use some charcoal if we need to make a picture.
Sharpie's this thing that crawls along the ceiling and it falls down on top of you.
Sharp piercer.
Hanoa's got knives.
I have this. It's a
I'm
knife.
gonna take a
And
moment,
these.
and
And
I'm gonna tell the group. I'll be right back. I just I need to go see a man about a horse. And I'm actually gonna go back a little bit away from camp, and I'm going to prepare my spells for the day.
Okay. Is there anything special about that, or other than just trying to be quiet and solo?
No, I mean, if anyone was looking, it would just they would just see me propped up against a tree.
Okay. No,
Um,
I was just curious if there was anything being said or any special prayers or anything that you were doing on your own.
mm.
But that's fine. Quiet solitude with you and your thoughts and against a tree. Okay.
I'm okay. Is that the fabric that you are sewing together on you? Is it in your pack?
I imagine it would be, yes.
Did you leave your pack at the camp?
Yes, I did.
I want to take that fabric. I'm gonna lay it out.
Are you talking about the two curtains in which? she
Yeah.
was putting
It's
together?
3 now.
Yes, the three
Yeah,
panels.
That's actually
Yeah.
a lot of panels of curtains. That's fine. I'm gonna do this. I lay it out, and I want to try casting this underneath so it raises up. Unseen servant.
Okay.
I take out that piece of wood, that palm-sized piece of wood that I wrapped the string around,
Okay.
and I want to make it like a little ghosty.
Yeah. I mean, in your mind's eye, your unseen servant is kind of. It can be a lot of things. Is it a humanoid shape?
Yeah, underneath the fabric.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it appears like it's like an unseen, like a person shape underneath there.
Yeah.
How tall?
4 feet.
4 feet. Okay. So yeah, a little bit shorter than you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it delicate or is it large or?
No, it's more just like oval shape, like a cartoon ghost.
Okay. Okay. So that appears, and everybody sees that. Sees this thing
Arise!
virtually just kind of rise up, and there's a small 4-foot humanoid shape that is
Yay!
only apparent because it's underneath the sheet.
And I send it over to Anu. Just going.
What are you doing, Hanoa?
I'm bored.
Can you not do that, please?
Oh, it can help us actually, but I want to see what happens. I just keep walking over to Anu.
Well, there's no law against it, but
There's no law against it. Good, lucky for you.
Yeah, that's up to you, Anu. It's kind of, I assume you're pretty much in meditation, and
Right.
actually, yeah. It's so you know what? you don't get quite the effect yet because you don't even realize she's not even paying attention.
I don't know what she did.
Well, how far away is she at this point from me?
I wanted it to get like within 10 feet of you, and it's just
Okay, assuming it doesn't come up and creep right in front of me.
no.
then no, I don't think you'd get much of a reaction from me.
Aw. Come back, friend. So it just starts coming back.
It's a fun trick.
It's fun.
It's
It's
neat.
my friend. Cool.
Out of character, I'm really sorry. I can't engage with this.
I know, it's cool. It lasts for an hour. So,
Yes.
but I take the curtain back and I fold them up, put them away, and I'm like, maintain the fire. So I just have it.
To the unseen servant.
Yeah. I guess
Does it have a name?
Oh, I should name it. Barmin, what do you think?
What is happening right now?
Bug. Its name is Bug. Bug, maintain the fire.
To be fair, I'm only gone about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Is this a friend of yours, Hanova?
It's Bug.
Bug.
Bug. Bug.
Bug.
Bug.
Bug.
No. Bug. Like,
Oh, okay, like bug.
yes, Bug.
Mhm.
It's Bug.
Da.
Calm down. My unseen comrade.
Seen comrade.
It can, Bug. Go strum his lute.
It paces around and doesn't seem to see loot anywhere.
Starts walking
What
back.
do you have?
It's walking back to the Lolo where I left my loot.
Oh, shit.
I have a question for you. Is it still wearing the curtains?
No, I did take them off.
Okay.
Does it look
I
like?
don't want them getting dirty.
Part of me feels like it looks like the Predator. Is it all like whoa, 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 whoa?
It's invisible.
So is he?
I did put the curtains up because I don't want them getting dirty and I don't want them catching on fire.
Those are both valid points. So here's the
Those are
question
very
that I
good
have.
things.
What are we going to do about this fucking mine? We can't go in there. We'll get killed. There's way too many of them. They will puncture us and take things that should be not outside of us. It's
Should we go try to see if that side entrance has not been discovered by them yet, and at least find out what's in the mine that they're after? I mean, we don't know that they're there for iron ore or something, do we?
iron or something else.
Oh.
No, you're not quite sure. You could speculate, of course.
I mean, as far as I know,
But
forest.
it's also strange that one thing is that you know that there are other functional mines in other places. I mean, this is a non-functioning mine and hasn't been for.
Well, I mean, we don't know anything that's been in the goose.
That's correct. Yeah, that's right. So it's very strange, like that they would be going after this, and what knowledge they possibly have is unknown to you. But then again, also you do have a little bit of sense that, resources and such of that are, some of the invading army's biggest problems are usually their resources, be it food or whatever.
We should ask Folker when he wakes up. He's familiar with these lands. I'm sure if any of us had a good idea, he'd have a good.
That's a good.
Anu, are you back?
Yes, I'm fine.
Throw the curtains back over it.
Merciful shite.
Bug! This is my friend Bug. Bug, this is on you.
Hello, Bug. Why are you wearing our makeshift tent?
Bug just does this.
Take back the makeshift tent? Hanoa? I'm
strange
want to ask.
things are afoot.
I'm not surprised.
But so
I don't know.
I think your idea is falling apart inside of you. Like conceptually, it's becoming. Anyway.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So if the goal is to free these people who are slaves,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well, maybe we could trade what we find in there for the slaves.
Oh,
That's
but what if
making-
it's like some world-ending scary stuff?
Well, probably better we have it than them.
But you want to give it to them. You want to give them the world-ending scary stuff for the slaves.
I haven't made that contract yet.
You were drafting it as you were speaking.
because there's a lot of
Verbal
things.
agreement, I suppose.
Say we get these. What do we say? How many dozen people? 20 people? 20
There's
slaves?
30 people to lose.
Oi, how do you even feed those people to get them home?
Send them to the Lola.
Maybe venison.
Well,
I mean,
I don't want to be anyone's keeper for life, but we do have quite a bit of rations that we found.
That's 30 people. Was it people days of food?
That'd be
there
like
was 83,
one
82
meal.
left. 82
we do
meals
have
left.
82.
82 meals.
It's almost as if we found that food for a reason.
I mean, there were only 10 guards. Is that right?
I think Fulker said that you saw 12 soldiers, several that something we're concerned about.
Because I'm sure he would have relayed it in fairly good detail. He saw 10 guards just during the 1 hour in
So who
which
knows what
he was there to actually spy. It took him a long time to actually get down there, sneak up, and do those kind of things. During that 1 hour, he saw 10 people awake. Now this is also in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that was
I
10
was
guards
just
a
about to
night.
point out, yes.
But he did see over 30, what he was guessing to be somewhere around 20 or more. He couldn't quite count them, tents. But he did see at least 10 different guards, people that he was able to say that person is different from that one than that one. So he counted 10 different for those. And he did count 3 others that were not of the heavy armor variety. And he counted at least 3 large shacks that one of them had a light within it, and he did see some horses.
Well, I know the only reason we are down here was to find the runaway couple and
Brotherhood.
the adventuring group. We have a makeshift map that we are assuming is from the runaway couple that points to this side entrance of this cave, of this mine. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
So I think that's where we start.
At
Yeah,
least
now-
your assumption is that it's a side entrance of a mine, which is a good assumption.
I wonder how close the pens the slaves are kept in to the center or to the edge of their encampment. I wonder, maybe we don't have to deal with the people.
The slave encampment is it's about 75 feet from the backside, the beginning of where the tents are. And also Folker did point out that there is about 100 feet, if not maybe more than 100 feet of ground brush clearing that they've cleared around the encampment. So there's about 100 feet of forest where the underbrush has been cleared away, so that you can pretty much see 100 feet from the encampment into the forest. So there's some open dead man ground that they have cleared away. And that's why a lot of the things he didn't get close up great views of, because he was essentially 100 feet into the forest, looking through the forest, even though it was cleared, and then another 75 to 80 feet into the camp.
What if we caused a distraction on the opposite side of the camp and then someone got them the hell out of there? This isn't my expertise.
This is a great start. Perhaps.
Luckily for you guys, my expertise is in delivering official documents and notarizing papers. So I'm sure that we can suss this one out. No trouble.
Well, thank goodness, Barmin. History is preserved by folks like you.
Or changed, whatever. And I don't mean like heroically. I mean through notes, whatever.
There may have been a tinge of sarcasm.
I believe it on you. We could try and separate these guards and take them apart in little bits. We could try and sneak in, like Abel says, and see what's going on there. But I think there's a lot of presuppositions, and it's assuming a lot to think that there would be something in there. But
Sure.
we don't have much to work with as it is now.
We can fast forward the what do you call it, the couple hours, and give Folker the fact that he's managed to sleep just about 3 hours and wakes up and is good. So Folker, you're back awake and part of this conversation.
So
Good
Morning.
afternoon.
Oh, it's not afternoon quite
yeah,
yet.
it's like 11. It's like 10.
Good evening.
So what did y'all decide?
Jack shit.
Well,
We have ideas, not good ones.
Folker, you're a man of these lands. Do you
Well, not
do
these
you have?
particular lands, but
But you've worked here with the mayor, with Mayor Grayson, for some time now, yes?
like a week's travel north of here.
Okay, so no.
I've never been in this forest until I stepped in it with y'all.
Well, we were trying to figure out what these soldiers might be looking for, whether it was just iron resources or something maybe a little more intricate, a little more dangerous, perhaps.
Yeah, you got me. I don't think they're looking for deer. That's about all I can tell you.
Probably not. Best to not look for that in the mines.
Folker, could you draw in the dirt, as the best you can remember, the representation of the camp that you saw?
Done and done.
Can I also have said in the 3 hours that Folker was sleeping, I got a short rest so I get my spell slot back?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Your unseen distraction.
It was fun. Shut up.
Like bug. Just a little confused why he
Bug.
was wearing our linens.
So you could see him.
It makes sense now.
Well, let's try this. Not to scale. Folker finds a piece of
Oh yes,
a
let's
piece of dirt and grabs a stick and says, "Well, let's do this. The slave pens are right there.
Oh, this is too good.
The mine entrance would be, there was like a large stone pillar there and a large stone pillar there. And this was all just rubble. All right, that was the rubble that was there. He remembers seeing that there were a group of tents here, all in a row. There's like another group of tents over here, all in a row.
I want this to be our battle map if we fight here.
There was a large couple of tents, like right here. They seem to be larger tents.
Nice.
Say murder tents?
Not yet.
Larger.
Yes,
Larger.
I
I'm
nice that the murder tents. Nice.
I remember seeing a large row of tents over here. He guessed that most of the activity there was a large open air kind of mess hall right there. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do with a stick in the dirt. There's another large row of tents. And these seem to be like single tents all kind of put together, like in a row. Another large group of tents there. He remembers seeing
Terrible.
Oh, good.
these are like large buildings, and he remembers there was a fire right around in here, and he saw 3 people sitting around the fire that definitely were not the armored type. You remember seeing a couple horses back over this way. It looked like that there was a large lumber stockpile over here. This would be wood.
Wood. Nope, my servant's name is now Wood.
Remember seeing there was some blacksmithing over here.
So scariest environment imaginable. That's all you have to say.
I see a lot of flammables and fire sources.
He remembers that over this direction, there was a
Arson is highly illegal.
road.
They're bad people, Judge.
We don't know that they're good or
They
bad.
have
They are
slaves.
in violation of the law. They do have slaves, yes.
So which is worse?
Trial by fire.
This was like a larger road with
like it.
with some
I
carts.
experienced that once.
That's what he saw, and he draws that in the dirt about the best he can.
I'd
What
like
are
to. I'd like to think that I do use visual aids. There are little pebbles where the rubble is. I have pieces of stick outlining these slave pens.
There was also something that he found
Potential.
disturbing right here.
Yeah, they're right out front of the slave pens. There's the tortures X, the leaning cross you splay a man out on, and a couple severed heads at the base of it.
Cool, great.
Okay, so Judge, we've got slavery, we've got murder.
Oh, yeah.
He's not the one you
Torture.
need to be convincing right now. Like, this just sounds like an awful idea.
I'm guessing that they probably don't have any permits for setting up this
Did they
facility.
apply for a tent application? Was it approved?
And what's this place zoned, Matt?
Yeah, that's essentially
Or-
that's the biggest problem. It's like you guys don't have to do any kind of fighting in this. You just have to get them the proper permits and zoning rights.
It's rules of bureaucracy now.
Do they have a bonfire permit?
Child by fire.
Like I said, there's so many permits and violations. Not to mention once you just get like D&D OSHA involved.
That's what we come as. We're OSHA. Hello? Yes? Mm.
So
Sorry,
so
your
Violations here.
on that
have
on that,
their-
Do they have their vaccinations?
What are
that
the,
map y'all was talking about, if this is the entrance, what direction was that other
Yeah.
entrance at?
Where was the goblin camp? What direction is that from here? This map we're looking at here.
You guys are far that direction.
Wait, it's
The goblin camp. I approached this way.
Yes.
I came in this direction.
okay, and this is south is up again.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So
That little map on the back of the cloth. South.
Or 15.
Ass backwards. South is up.
Yeah, where are we? Australia? The hell?
No logic
Apparently.
in this place.
so what direction was the that other entrance, the little entrance y'all talking about?
Well, it was
It looked let's
it was to the left of the main doorway.
yeah,
So
it
where
looked, it looks something because it's just a piece of cloth. It looks something like that. Where you see that there was and this isn't to scale or whatever, but this
Sure.
is a larger entrance to the right here, and this is like a smaller circled entrance.
Right. Well, I mean,
And these appear to be roads or
all
something,
right, so
paths.
looking at this map that we found here, I'd assume that ain't going into the tunnel that's leading up to it. So it's got to be over across that road, the big one I'm pointing out here.
sure.
So I mean, it's got to be over this direction.
Is
Somewhere.
Is there a road leading into this? Like the remnants of a road?
Yes, it's not as much as a road as it's much more of a path. And Folker describes the road that's coming. So he went down switchbacks, which are very much single file switchbacks. Even going down the switchbacks, there were several large trees which had been felled and obviously couldn't be taken down the switchbacks or carried. They were essentially just pushed down the side of the mountain, and they took out the side of the valley, and they took out a lot, and eventually were cut up and pushed down. But he did the switchbacks all the way down, and then once he got to the kind of the floor or the bowl of this valley, he walked through some dense underbrush, which was just kind of a footpath, maybe enough for like 2 carts, like just a hand cart to go through. A little bit better than the switchbacks, but it's still kind of like a footpath. And then it got to as he got closer to this direction, as he got closer to the camp, the path became a little bit wider as people frequently use that. And he started seeing signs that lumber had been taken and trees had been chopped down. And then about the time around about 100 feet outside in the circumference of this camp, the underbrush has all been cleared, so that there's no understory. That it's tough. It's very tough to be. You're out in the open essentially. You just have to go like tree trunk to tree trunk. This over here, when I say road, is he described that as something that definitely could take horses and carts.
So this road would be back towards towards the 3 house little encampment, maybe a little further south than that, but in that direction. Is that right? This would be out of the Guzak Brisk.
Yep.
Yeah, let me get my see if I can find the.
I mean,
yep,
yeah,
that direction. Yeah,
have to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Ah, shit! I can't. I don't know where my marker is.
So what's the plan? We heading back for trying to find that other little entrance. See if this little map we found is a clue, leads us where we're supposed to go.
I think right now it's the best plan we've got. We certainly can't engage the entire group, but if we can get some more intelligence on them, we might have a chance for a real plan.
Is this another one of them I'm going by myself things, or y'all come
No, I
on?
think we all
No,
go.
I think we go with you. this
No, Volker, we're all in this together.
I'm glad we didn't do
No.
that thing right there where everybody
Okay.
makes their decision and we count to 3 and then they say it. Just
Maybe if we can get to the inside of this rubble, that is actually the closest path to the slave pits. Maybe we could sneak out under dark and get them.
what if we could somehow clear it and we could get the slaves into the tunnel and then collapse
Yeah,
it
that's what
again?
That's what I'm saying.
Collapse it.
Well, I was just repeating it to you because it was a really good idea. So I just wanted to. You're doing a good job.
Thank you,
George.
Mark. Thank you.
Yes.
So we take the long way round.
Let's all right. If we think this is another entrance into the mine, that seems like a fair guess. Let's just head that way and let's see if we can find it.
I just wonder how many people are gonna perish while we get there, but it looks like stupid to run right in there.
I mean, you're the one with all the magical stuff. You want to go burn them all to hell. You go right on ahead. I'll stand on the outside and cover you, but I ain't running in there.
No.
Well,
I
this,
mean, no.
while this
No,
conversation is going on,
Scary.
I'm going to walk off just a little bit outside of the group of people while they're talking.
I know this may sound a little morbid, but those folks were taken to that mine for a reason, and as horrible as their captors are, the likelihood of them taking their lives before they're put to work
Yeah, I think it's pretty slim.
is pretty slim. At least it's the best
Already
chance.
made your examples, pretty much. As long as we try, I will feel better. In the past, I've been in a situation, I told you about Torpath, where we didn't get the help. So let's just try to help.
Regardless of what happens, I will do my best.
Okay.
I wander back into the camp.
All right.
If we're gonna take off, then I will go ahead and put on my armor.
What's all this?
Woo woo! Put it on.
What's all this stuff y'all left laying beside me here?
That's for you.
It's your birthday, didn't you know?
The leather armor. The leather armor's for you.
Happy birthday, Volker.
Or the chain. I don't know. Judge, you're putting on armor, right?
Let's see.
I'm putting on the chain now.
Some positions have been opened and available for you, Volker. There is armor.
We all need to be a little better equipped for what we might be walking into. For those that are walking into it.
And you, are you putting on armor,
Oh yeah.
or have you worn it? Are you putting it on this morning?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody? Are you asking for assistance? Or are you able to do it yourself?
I don't know. Do you want me to make a dexterity check for you?
Nope.
No.
No. You're perfectly capable of doing it yourself. I'm asking, are you doing it yourself?
I'm gonna give it a good try to do it myself. Everyone's got their things they need to do.
Okay. All right.
I will help on you. I'll do that thing where I like grab the bottom of her tunic and I'm like, now jump. Now jump.
I jump.
Renfest flashbacks right now.
I Master Dwarf, that looks like an awful good idea. I got this chain shirt on here, but it's kind of bunching.
Sure. Come here. I'll help you out. I know a whole lot about wearing chain. That's fine. I'll help you out in doing that.
What is in Roll20? Is it whisper? Like, do you put W
Slash W.
slash W?
And then you
Slash
start
W
typing first
space.
name.
then start typing the name.
Huh. It's not really working.
Like, do I have my armor on correctly? I've got like a pauldron here.
What are you wearing?
No.
Are you just wearing
Tell me
leather?
adorably she's got it on backwards.
Oh yeah, leather armor
That would be
for
so
sure.
cute.
Breastplate's back here. I put the pauldrons on my hips, but then like the shoulder parts are my leg armor. Yeah,
You put the pauldron on your hips.
and you dip, I dip, we dip.
I'm gonna guess that these that we're relatively in the same area. Yes. No
Yeah,
one's
we're
wandering
still
off
all-
for some sort of.
Pee break.
I've got this. Judge, are you okay? Do you want some help? Barmin seems to have this one covered.
No.
Okay.
So putting on the armor takes a good little bit, but you guys do it. It's in very good shape. Volker, did you decide to use anything?
Yep, I slid that chain shirt on.
Okay.
Like button.
What are you guys gonna do with the leather?
I double leather armor. No, Barman,
I'm gonna glance over at Barmin.
put it on.
Are you coming with us, Barmin? First question.
Did you wanted me to come with you?
I'm-
I thought we needed somebody to make sure that the camp didn't do anything. No, I'm coming with you, but
I don't want to speak for you, sir. We could use your help, but
It's dangerous. Take this. Leave
I
the
think
leather
I'm-
armor.
I don't want
I love
to.
saying things that make Ben facepalm.
I don't want to sound nihilistic or defeatist, but if I need that armor to protect me, I'm probably already dead.
Get in the damn armor, Barman.
I'm not your invisible friend. You can't talk to me like that.
Get in it, bug.
Hey, you didn't want to wear the armor. You didn't have to. No one
Invisible,
should
yeah,
have
don't-
to wear armor.
Yeah, don't make my dad get mad at you.
invisible friend.
Bug.
You weren't here for that. Noah, you should show him your invisible friend right now.
We would have to take another 30-minute break or hour break. I'll show you some other time, Volker.
It would take us a little bit of time to break down camp anyway. Or are we going to assume that we keep camp? It seems we're going to be traveling.
I-
There wasn't too much to break down. It really was. You guys had pretty much kind of plopped in the middle of, and you said it was just your winter blankets and
That's right.
and a
Yeah,
place that was just a winter blankets and a fire pit. So
That's
So
right.
it would
I
take
didn't-
less than an hour to break it all down, kick it apart,
it's
get rid of our
it's gonna
map.
take it was pretty much broken down and kicked around by the time you guys put all your armor on and got
Okay.
situated to the move. It really
So
wasn't.
I will not bring Bug out at this moment.
Volker, Sorry, go ahead, Andy. I didn't mind.
No. You're fine.
I was just going to ask Volker time-wise in with where the sun is in the sky and stuff. Like, what are we looking at for a time frame here? Like, do we know what time we'll get to the entrance? Should we wait? Should we?
Well, I mean that all depends on crossing during day, whether or not they found out that camp covering their southern borders, well, dead. Whether the 2 you killed didn't report in. Lots of numbers there. How risky? Do we want to just move confidently and assume that we're going to be able to make it around, or do we want to?
So let me make sure that you know, the if you remember back to the. You remember back to the Goblin Camp here.
You mean the 5 Goblin Camp? It's
5 Goblin Camp, yes. So, actually, still where Volker's token is. Token.
That was awesome.
JRR.
Volker's
So-
token.
So this was the direction in which he went that led down the switchbacks, right? That was the way he went. If you remember, there was the tents were over in this area here. There was a small path that was this direction.
Yep.
Well, Volker found the if there was still more map. Volker found the camp that was down the switchbacks. It was not very far past this ridge line, if you remember, that was up here. It wasn't very far south of the ridge line along the switchbacks in which you found this makeshift camp. There was a lot of things about that makeshift camp that he found. He found a small stack of wood. He found several branches that had been cut to use as kind of cover and shelter in there. From that camp, he did find tracks. 3 sets of tracks in which he was able to track this direction, and which intercepted what he estimates this road to have been someplace down maybe 75, 80 feet this way.
So using context clues, can we assume that some people from the camp went to the road that we believe is the back door to the mine, and then that some people from the camp remained in the camp and would be set by goblins?
No, there's no.
Yeah, there was no evidence of a fight or a
I thought
battle.
there was
at
like
that time.
little tracks. Weren't there little tracks?
The goblin, the little. He's talking about the.
Further down this road down here, where he saw the 3 footprints that he saw from this camp, from the makeshift camp. He saw 3 footprints going all the way, and then he saw smaller footprints show up behind that at some point. They just started showing up behind it, but he didn't make it very far down this path. It was turning light. He was well overdue to get back to you guys, so he didn't go but maybe 10 minutes this direction before turning back and coming.
The short version of all this is that we try to circumvent that entire thing and head up to the camp if we're lucky, and they don't have any new people there looking over the corpses we left behind.
Did leave a bit of a signal.
Yeah. If we're lucky, I don't know. 2 hours we'd make it to the camp and then through the other side and be off looking for it.
And it's what, like 10 o'clock right now in the morning? Anya, can you say morning for me?
Morning.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. By the time you guys have finished donning your armor and get everything cinched up and ready to go, it's not too late. It's still a couple hours before midday. So yeah, it's 9:30ish, 8 o'clock. I mean 9:30 at the most.
On you, if we wear these helmets and kind of take the lead, maybe from a distance, we'll just look like another group of those soldiers walking through.
I mean, while my instinct says that that's suicide, I suppose that under my current banners, I don't have much of a choice there. Do we have both helmets?
Yeah, we took everything from them, other than I don't know that we took all the shields.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
one of
think
them-
you guys.
yes.
One should
What-
take it.
what's-
I have
think-
the one
I think
shield.
you took a shield. I did not.
Okay.
One of those helmets, I believe, is very, very badly.
Yes, there's only one functional.
Oh, that's true. I did destroy it, so never mind. Maybe it's a bad idea.
You just wanted us to point that out.
No.
Y'all remember this? Is this helmet okay? I don't think this helmet's okay.
Well, I mean, if we got one shield, if we got one good set of armor, there's nothing wrong with them walking in the front at the very least. Might have someone look the other way. I think it's a perfectly fine idea. I just think that because you killed 2 men, that she should probably be wearing the helm.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I'll do it.
All right, so she's in the helm with the armor. You're beside her.
And because Volker, you brought this back up, I just wanted to reiterate something that let's go. Who does anybody have insight trained?
I
No,
Perhaps.
the judge does.
Sure, go ahead. Make an insight check.
I rolled a 3, which was a natural 1.
I have insight as well.
Go ahead.
There you go.
14.
Okay. Just because Volker had mentioned that he wasn't quite sure that if these 2 people might be missing, you do remember that there were 3 tents in this camp. So that his idea that maybe there people might be missing, there was 1 human and 2 other humans which were returning here. And you
So
haven't
those 2
seen
might have been the other 2.
those 2 might have been. It might be reasonable to assume that those 2 empty tents, which had newer type bedrolls, could have very well have been these 2 humans that were returning.
And they
And then
fancy-
you might be able to allay his fears that they might be missed some other way.
Sure.
No, I think this was a course action we're going to take one way or the other. And just
Right. I was just making sure that, like, because that was a detail that was brought out, and I just wanted you to know that you remember that little detail, and you.
No, I'll point that out to everyone. Say, I think this is the best plan we've got, I think, for at least the beginning. I'm willing to do it if you are, Judge.
Unfortunately, it seems like the only course of action we have.
First things first.
So-
Sorry. Go ahead, Volker.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Can we split up those rations? I would like to be holding some food.
I mean, here's the other 2.5 pounds of. Here's what's left of the deer meat. It's all yours.
Where did you get that gram scale?
Here's give or take 2.5. Listen,
I'll figure out
I do a lot of weights, so I'm very accustomed to this.
Take a break.
Weird flex, but okay, Volker.
I like that you're like the weed dealer in town with your little scale, being like, here you go. How much of this weed do you want?
I
We should
literally
also-
couldn't think of another reason why I would know what 2.5 pounds weighs.
Do we want to be divvying up that gold too? I don't remember. 22 gold.
I think it's only fair.
Okay.
And I'm happy to put some into
Two.
some
3.
communal stores, but
We
Should we
could.
get-
There's 22, so 20. There's 1. 5.
just in case we
Are
get
we-
separated.
we plan
1
on
for Barmin. 1
buying
for
anything
Volker.
for.
Mine again. We'll hold it. Okay.
I don't know if there's anything to buy, Volker.
1 for Barmin.
I've seen plans go south before.
1 for Abel.
I'm gonna run and grab a beer too, and real quick.
Beer break at 9:30. Everyone go. We got enough people going to get drinks. If the DM is stepping away, everyone go.
I
Oh,
don't,
get
I
yeah.
don't, I don't have to.
No.
No, you go get a
my ear
beer.
hurts, I'm going to grab something to drink too. It was just.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
3 of us, so we'll be right back, everyone.
And during time, I will tell a.
Break.
I will
Do
tell.
we leave Audacity running? Is this a
Yes.
thing?
Do not touch it.
I will tell a little fairy tale while everyone is gone.
Oh my God.
No, it's just 1 by
and no
1.
one's and no one's
for-
going to have this recorded.
1 for.
Oh.
1 for.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
1 for.
Once upon a time, there was a little bitty human warlock who liked to count out gold coins. But the problem was, there was not enough fingers on hand to divide the right way. Why is that? Because one of her fingers were missing. Nobody noticed that, not even the little girl. So instead, what she did was used her elbows and knees to count money out. So the problem is you could only do things in groups of 4 that were divisible. So she only had 12 friends, which seems like a lot of friends, but most of them were imaginary that she threw sheets over. The problem is that I can't keep this going the whole time.
Do it.
I'm gonna top off my whiskey coffee real quick.
Did he say Horlock? I think he said Horlock.
Oh, it was Captain Harlock. He knew him in the army.
Bard ass.
Oh no! Did somebody leave Twitch? Or not Twitch, but Zoom? Oh no!
What happened?
I don't know. For some reason, all the videos just realigned.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, when you stopped your video and it readjusted what the ordering of the video.
That's fine.
was.
I'll
Shit,
fix.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it's fine. I will fix.
You want me to start it back up?
It's
When you
yeah.
I'm on
We'll fix it. Don't worry. It's not a big deal.
Okay, well I'll start it back up and then I'll just go get my drink. Sorry about that.
What happened?
Note to self, don't stop the video when we take a break.
Oh,
You guys will just have to see me unprofessionally walking around my house.
Unprofessionally, as opposed to professionally walking around your house. I love that job. I'm professional haunter of my own abode, if you will.
that sounds like dream job.
It does. Why? From time to time.
Sounds like a job for Bug.
Bug. Bug.
Boog.
I'm a professional haunter of my own abode.
Abode haunter.
Bug, go haunt the house.
And then Noah died and he never stopped. That's a weird backstory, but okay.
Yeah. Horlock? Is that what
That
you said?
escalated quickly.
What did I say?
Instead of warlock when you said your little fairy tale?
Oh, I did not intend to say that. I'm sorry if it
Sounded
sounded
like you said warlock, and I was like,
Did.
for it!
Once upon a time, there was a Harlock.
A Harlock.
And by patron, I mean pimp.
She had 12 friends.
As a victim of Jack the Ripper from Horlock.
Friends!
My goal for this evening is to try and finish up Christmas candy canes. I have more of candy canes.
Christmas.
I try and eat whole candy cane at once, so it's a thing.
All right, we all back?
Yes,
I want to see Ryan eat a whole candy cane at once.
I do too.
Yeah, that's for my Twitch channel. Subscribers only.
Rules of attrition after dark.
Rules of submission.
Oh no!
All right, are you ready? You ready for this?
Did anything about breaking it up beforehand?
That's, yeah. It's
Aw.
supposed to be like sword swallowing.
I just rancored myself.
Oh. Wow.
Somewhere there's a very fat, bald guy crying.
It's me too.
Aw. He was so sad.
He was so sad.
The Rancor Keeper. He loved that Rancor.
Doesn't even have a name.
He does have a name.
Matt, what are you drinking?
He actually had a, there was a short story in one of the Tales books. His name is Maliki.
Some Diamondberry beer.
Or Malakili, sorry.
A
Is that
Marzan
Tales from
style
Jabba's
lager.
Palace?
Yep, Tales from Jabba's Palace.
We have the Bounty Hunter one at the library for sale right now on our Friends of the Library shelf.
You mean you had it for sale, right?
No, it's still there.
No, you right?
Wait, do you want it? Do you want me to get it?
You must know. I think I've got my own copy.
I'm sure you do.
Do
I
we?
have all the Tales books because they're amazing. Anyways, so now that everyone's eaten drinking. Barman's got his chunk of meat. Are we heading out then? This is the idea? This is the plan? Alright, so
This is the
I'll
plan.
I'll take lead as invisibly as possible, and then you two armor folk behind me, and then the two squishy folk in the back, I guess.
Should we have a plan B? I
Well-
feel like just in case this goes terribly, maybe
Have
we
a
should
rally
have
point.
Die
Have a-
screaming.
diversion.
Rally point is a good idea.
We
Yeah,
have
I think we got one. We're standing in it. I
Sure.
can't
Yeah, I
think
think
of
that's
the
a good
place.
plan.
You guys know where this is. You guys walked away from the camp. We have the camp marked in the way that I showed you with those very specific broken branches. Assuming y'all did it well enough for me to find it, so you should have something to do.
Sure. I can get here.
Someone hold on to Hanoa if we get lost.
Put a leash on me.
Like one of those
Oh,
one of those monkeys that are on your back with like a little.
little
Tether.
backpack.
All right, let's do
Okay.
this.
All right, heading out this direction, heading out is a little bit different this time than normal because you guys do have a couple people that are in heavy armor. So you're moving a little bit slower, and there is almost, with Volker, there's almost no point. You can attempt to move stealthily, but it is pretty rough to attempt to move stealthily if you're gonna try. Because this is still at sometimes, especially going back into the goblin camp, it's still difficult terrain, or moderately difficult terrain. So the amount of noise that you guys make when getting back into the goblin camp is
He's just trying to move quieter than us.
right. He's moving a little bit ahead, just
Success.
moderately ahead, just not 15, 20 feet ahead to keep, because once he's past 20 feet ahead and when you're off path, you lose sight of him too quickly. But you get back to the goblin camp, and then Volker is easy enough to pick up that path that was in that direction. Yep. So
Now,
easy enough.
in the last, by now, 5 hours that have passed since I came through here before, does
Yep.
it look like anything has changed?
No, it does not.
Okay, good. Let's hoof it. If anything, going through camp, you guys notice I picked my pace up a little bit once I realized that nothing's changed, just to get through it to the other side. All right, so I would like to stealth and track as I get on the other side of this.
Go ahead and make those rolls.
Okay, so my stealth check is a 21.
All right.
My survival check is a 10.
Okay. Not quite. The rest of the people that are behind you are not quite sure. Are you guys, as a group, trying to be quiet, or are you just pretty much trying to keep up?
I
No.
mean,
How quiet could we possibly be?
right. That's
Anyway.
Yeah, I
question.
mean, you can always try to be quiet.
I mean, I can't move nearly as fast as him, so I'm probably just trying to keep up.
I would
Okay.
like to
I'm
try
not
to be
running
as
or
quiet as
anything like that.
possible.
I figure movement speed wise, them not moving stealth would be about the same speed as me moving stealth.
It's close enough that's about right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If we won't worry
I
about
mean,
it.
yeah, we're not trying to like sprint or anything. We're just
Right. You're just trying to move.
I'm trying to walk carefully enough I don't fall down a hill or
Yeah.
Roll
Okay.
that DC 1 check.
So Volker moves on ahead. The path this direction is essentially just a walking path. I mean it is all the foliage and stuff is still pretty much just hitting both the sides of your legs. It is just kind of a way through here that's a little bit better than going through dense underbrush. It's a game trail-ish, but it's a very faint trail. Volker, you managed to go through quite stealthily, and you managed to break some of the branches to make it easier for the people behind you, so that it's not slapping them or they're not making as much noise. So your stealth roll also affects how well they do, because you're just well and above what you are. The tracking is a little bit difficult, and you keep on path, but that you do lose sight of the steps. You're not quite sure of the age of how long these things have been. It's a good 30-minute, 45 minutes of walking down this path, which is, since you had hit the ridge line, and the ridge line of this area, it was the same ridge. You are going kind of downhill, but not downhill steep like you were a switchback. So you're kind of moving, and you're moving in a southeast and then sometimes southwest direction. So you're kind of moving back and forth like this, but not necessarily switchbacks. Excuse me a second. After about an hour, the group you do notice that you've picked up you still see their footprints, and you do see these other footprints. They're a little bit tough to discern. With your tracking, with your survival, you're 100% sure that they are not. There are 3 distinct footprints that you have been tracking for a long time, and you've got those pretty much in your mind. And those are the same ones that you're pretty sure came from that survival camp. All right, so you've got those. These are smaller tracks that have been picked up, but they're indistinguishable as being able to say exactly what they are. You just didn't do great enough, and maybe it's just the tracks are too old. There's something about them that you're not able to pick up these smaller tracks to discern exactly what it is.
Yeah, no worries.
But you have picked up those.
Good. All right. So especially looking for if we think this might be connected to that other one, I'm specifically also going to be paying close attention to when it veers right. Because if this is the right track heading towards that second entrance, it should be going one direction and then start curving right as per the map we found. So do I notice that at all? Does it seem to be veering right, or does it seem to be going dead straight, or?
You've traveled for about an hour, and you notice that I'm going to have you make a stealth and a perception check after an hour.
Okay. So stealth of 15.
Okay.
Perception of 23.
Okay. One thing you've noticed is that in some ways you're kind of traveling just south or just beneath, almost like a ridge to a bowl, as if that encamp that you guys were in was in a deep valley in the bottom of the bowl. You in this path has been kind of following the ridge along the southern eastern side of that bowl. You haven't been descending very much. What I meant when you were kind of going back and forth is you're kind of going across the ridge line back and forth, but you never really went deep down any discernible
sheer drop
or distance down.
Right, sure.
And so one of the things is that all of a sudden the pathway just kind of starts going downward and going towards the middle of the bowl, but that is kind of where you stopped because your perception just tells you up ahead that you can actually see just the way the trees are formed and just the way the kind of underbrush is formed, that the pathway goes up ahead, and it looks like that it enters into a rock outcropping up ahead. It's very covered with foliage, but it looks up ahead that there's a rock outcropping, and your stealth is pretty good. You feel like you've been quiet, but you do see that rocky kind of outcropping up ahead where the path looks like it's going to meander into the side of the bowl. So it looks like that the bowl is the ridge line is going to kind of do a steep drop, but it looks like that it kind of goes right into the side of where it was. And you stop and you realize that you're about 20 or so 25 feet ahead. Cause the other people to stop because you can see movement up ahead.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
It wasn't much, but I mean, it just like there was something that was moving, and it's probably about 75 feet ahead.
Okay. You guys see me slowly draw an arrow and knock it.
Upon seeing this, I would try to ready my crossbow as well. Just for shits and giggles.
I will probably instantly hide too. Watch this. This is going to be very funny.
I just start doing this.
I try to hide. I rolled a 4.
You stand behind Hanoa. I am hidden.
Barmin just moves Hanoa over a bit.
I love the idea that Barmin doesn't hide. He just moves someone in front of him.
Yeah.
Misdirection. It's a good plan.
All right. Why I focus on the thing that moved? I want to try to decipher what that is. You said it was a ways away, but I'm.
It is a ways away, and you didn't catch what it was. You didn't catch exactly what was moving up ahead. It was like one of those things, a little bit of maybe some of the brush moved back and forth, or maybe it was just there was shadows which got cast, but up ahead, and it's about 75 feet up ahead, as this path kind of goes, and looks like this path eventually just goes into a rocky outcropping into the side of the bowl, or essentially into the side of the hill.
And the movement was where in regards to that again? Sorry.
Really, about as far away as you can see.
Okay.
Nothing. So as far as you know, you didn't see anything along this path.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start moving forward slowly, stealthily, but keeping my eye towards where that movement was, ready to shoot the hell out of it.
Okay. Painstakingly, the group moves forward along this as best you can. Go ahead and at this point, since everybody's, I assume, kind of trying, because you're walking very slowly, but everybody can make a stealth roll. The
Okay.
2 people in heavy armor, that's with a disadvantage.
Okay.
Rolled a 5.
19.
I rolled an 8.
Nobody can see Hanoa. They can just see the dwarf behind her. Like,
So you're sticking with your Barmin. Are you gonna stick with your 4?
well, yeah, I just immediately hid. Yeah.
Okay. That was your hide. I'm trying to.
Yeah, we're trying to.
We're
We're
moving.
moving forward.
Okay. Watch, this one's going to be great too. Barmin tries to sneak and rolls a 0.
He rolls a critical failure.
Everybody's trying to sneak along, and you just hear this dwarf voice go, "Fuck."
Actually, one of the things that while you are going forward, Barmin, you realize that like your legs, you're actually kind of shaking, and a lot of that is just fear, and that he has so much stuff on that whenever you kind of stop, everybody can just kind of hear just ding, 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 and realize that it's just him shaking his hands and his arms just kind of shaking as his pack and his gear and 2 of the hammers which he has in his backpack. When he's shaking, it's just kind of like ting, 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 ting. Just his gear is just rattling from the fact that he can't stop.
My name is Barmin Horn, and I approve of this message.
Just doing this, like, shh, shh, shh.
And I'm totally like passing by. I'm like, it's fine. I'm totally fine. And you're like, well, you're shaking a whole lot, buddy. I'm like, no, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I got this. Tick, 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 tick.
You guys make it about 50 feet when Folker, you notice that at this front that you can now tell what this kind of is. There is an entrance into the side of the cliff. It looks like that it was like the side of the rock. It looks like that there is a natural rock outcropping, but there are 2, technically it's 3, but there are some smaller timbers which are kind of propped up on the side, and then the entrance is kind of like it's just small timbers which show the entrance. It is extremely, it's got a lot of cover over the front of it, but you do see that this looks like a natural entrance into the rock outcropping, but there have been some timbers been placed that show that this is at least some sort of entrance into the side of the mountain. but you do notice some movement, and it's just shadows that appear to have been at the entrance and have moved inward, and you don't see anything anymore. So it appears like that there's some shapes that have moved from the underbrush inside into that rock outcropping.
How far
Because
away are we?
you don't see them anymore. Maybe they've hidden someplace, but right now you don't know. And that's from him. That's about 25 feet away, meaning that there's just enough foliage that it obscures that, obscures the entrance.
How far away is it to the entrance?
You guys have made it right up to Folker, who was just kind of sitting along the path with, his bow ready to go, just kind of watching. And you guys are about 25 feet.
Be clear, do we think this is the entrance that was depicted on the burlap map? Or is this something else?
Yes, it does look like that would be about where it would go. If you're just guessing spatial distance, especially Folker, since he's seen the other one, it very well could. It's been in that direction. I mean, obviously the burlap map was not to any kind of scale.
Right.
But if you were just to draw something yourself, you'd say, that's probably right.
That's probably.
Okay.
What have you seen, Folker? We can't hear you.
Oh, I was just talking too quiet.
Oh.
There's movement inside the inside that entrance there. You can see that the rock outcropping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and see the
Aye.
thing he's pointing at. Then I'm gonna call out, "Friends, we're looking, we're lost, and we need some help. Please show yourselves."
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm gonna dip away and try to stealth again, away from
Okay.
that position.
So Barmin, you announced that about 25 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With a little quiver in my voice, probably.
Yeah, and my absolute goal is to be in a different position as quickly as possible.
I'm standing behind Barman.
Does
Okay.
anyone else want to borrow this crossbow?
I'm good.
And I'm going to let's see.
I'm gonna put that up now and
Yeah, let's everybody. If we take off your in roll 20, if you take off your tokens, it doesn't do anything, right? Do I have to take them off or no?
Well, every time you move to a new scene, we have to have our tokens replaced there.
right.
Okay, but you guys do that. I don't necessarily do.
Yeah, we can.
Correct.
We can do it ourselves, yeah.
Okay. So I apologize for the production value of this, but go ahead and bring your tokens over.
How does one bring a token, please?
Greg,
Go to where you would open up your character sheet
There you go.
and take the name and grab it over.
Thank you.
If we are doing anything
And-
here, I would request that we keep things to the bottom right if we can. It
Yeah,
shows up
yeah.
better.
Go straight. You can go straight down, kind of to the bottom.
It
Here,
just-
I'll bring Barman down. Everybody down in this order, down over next to Barman.
All right.
And go ahead and place yourself in the order in which you were. I'm gonna quickly. I didn't have any kind of time to do this, so
Wish in one hand and piss in the other, and then you'll have one hand covered in urine and better ideas for the future.
you can just
Environment's already gone.
Yeah, I yell and just run away.
So brilliant strategy. Thank you for putting us all at risk.
This is the path in which you guys have been kind of going.
So I'm the one wearing the helmet, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So I would imagine for accuracy's sake, yes, I should take the front. Or as front as possible until Folker makes for the woods.
Well, I wouldn't have been standing. I would have been just off the path. I don't think we would have stood in broad daylight when we were.
No,
trying
I'm
to
just
stealth.
giving you what it was. So
Right, so we'd probably be over where Barman is, and then he would have shouted, and then I would have run one of the two directions towards wherever the closest cover was.
Okay.
What's what here? Is this the entrance?
No, the entrance. So the black. If I'm correct, the black drawing is the rock wall, and the
Sweet.
whatever color the other one is the path. So
For a second there, the
Or-
map looked like
this
one
right
of
here
those
is the entrance.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah, so we're back here.
¿Qué es eso?
used car salesman things that go like this.
wacky wavy, yeah, wacky waving inflatable arm waving tube man.
Yes.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Not
Okay,
to be
I can't-
confused
I can't
with
move-
Wild
I can't
Wacky
move it.
Action Bike.
I can't move those trees. I don't know what the hell is happening.
That's fine.
They're now on.
The
They
And
look
it
like they're
depends
now,
on what layer you put them
yeah,
on.
they're on the map layer now. It looks like
I know. I got them all messed up.
You have to move to the map layer. To
it looks
get
beautiful.
anything
I
else.
think it's great.
I think
wonderful.
it's effective as hell.
Theater of the mind. I like it.
Okay, so you guys ran
Theater
off
face.
in those directions. I mean, that's deep into the forest.
That's pretty far out.
Well, okay, we would have been.
We were getting out.
I
of
wouldn't have
here.
been walking right on the path if I was trying to stealth. I would have been walking beside the path. But
Sure.
1, 2, 3,
Um,
4, 5. So we're about here.
as soon as Barmin says, "Hey, attack me," I'm standing here and obvious. My goal would have been to jut off to the side as quickly as possible towards whatever tree I could find where I could see the entrance but have cover.
Sure.
I
Just
knew- I
saying,
think
like
you were
where
up near me.
yeah, where Pantix is. That's 20 feet out into the
Right.
wilderness. So I think that's a little
Jut.
that you're perfectly okay to be able to do that. Just
We were about 25 from the entrance. You said.
That's
Yes.
where. Yeah, that's where.
yeah.
It's,
Barman's
Sure.
about exactly where he was. Maybe a little. Let me see. Probably closer to like right about there. So that's where Barman was whenever he spoke.
All right, and I was up here waiting for you guys, and then he hollers. So let's say I
That's
just
right.
jump back here.
I like to think that you hide so well. Like every time this happens, you're like a Jedi. Like your clothes just like fall into a pile.
Okay. And so these are the wrong tokens because I didn't have time to figure the new one out. But Barman, whenever you yell that, pouring out of this entrance are
Poor
a number of small, maybe about 3 feet tall. They're kind of bluish creatures with orange eyes, and they come pouring out.
Whoa.
Gribnack, Gribnack, Gribnack.
Rakadishu.
Rakatishu.
Thank you. I like
Jesus
the
Christ.
D2 reference. That was awesome.
I'm. Jesus Christ. Out of character. Jeez, I don't think.
Say
Jesus
it in
did such a-
character.
Merciful Torm.
There you go.
Judge, I hope you're ready to get your hands dirty. Now I'm as they approach, I'm gonna go out on a wild limb and assume that they're with a group of the folks who we've taken the armor from. So I'm gonna
These are strange. These are very small. I mean, they're about 3 feet tall. They appear to have like really bright blue skin. They all have receding hairlines. One of the things about them that's really strange is they all look almost identical to each other. There's very, very little difference between the two of them. They come screaming out. One of the things that's slightly interesting is in the back too, you realize a couple of them start they start playing these kind of drums, and they all just kind of come out screaming, wielding these small short swords. We're gonna roll initiative because they come out and
so there's no opportunity to reason with them.
well, no, I mean that was exactly what came running out.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Who's
right.
that?
Let me get
Turn tracker.
Third level, I'm taking a fighter level.
hang on,
Jesus Christ.
wait. I'll get rid of. Oh, I just do that.
Oh man.
Ready?
All right, so go ahead.
Let's go.
I rolled a 3 initiative.
Rolled a 9.
You didn't have your icon selected, Barman.
Oh
eyes on you.
I would roll it, yeah, and then change it. You're still not clicking your token.
I should. I have it selected.
You have to
Interrupt.
see. You gotta see the circles around it to show your hit points and AC and everything. So click off somewhere and then click again.
I like to
That's
think
exactly
that
what I
even
did.
Barmin on the board knows that his character doesn't want to fight, so he says no initiative.
I know what I did.
No.
I have Roll20 running in 2 instances right now.
Aw.
That'll do it. There it is. Yay!
Can you change that to a 3 for me, Matt?
You can do it too.
Yours is a 3.
I got it. Guess I don't.
There you go.
Are you manually reordering everybody one at a time?
Yeah, is the arrow does it, right?
You can
think
it
so.
auto do it
Okay, I did.
somehow.
So Anu, apparently there's some drums that occur, and at least the front wave of these, all in the front, appear to be brandishing some sort of small short swords. They have piecemeal kind of leather armor. Like I said, they're only about 3 feet tall, but they're running out screaming with their orange eyes ablaze.
Okay. I'm going to.
Anything that is off the path is going to be considered difficult terrain,
Sure.
but it would also be at least anything off the path will be we'll
Half
say
cover?
off the path, half cover from anything that's ranged. So anything that's not in that path will get half cover from ranged, including firing from half cover into that area.
Okay. I'm going to take the initiative, literally. I'm going to. I'm gonna try this because I've got to try.
Let me. I apologize. One more thing. If there is just by a chance to anybody, if anybody is shoved or pushed or anything because of the steepness to your guy's right, because of the steepness on this side over here, if you're pushed this distance, I'm going to ask you to. The steepness becomes enough that you're going to have to make some checks or fall down this. Just
Hazard.
a few feet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just wanting to let you guys know that I wasn't pulling that out of my ass. This over here begins to get pretty steep terrain, and you could fall down that direction.
We
Not-
appreciate the heads
Not
up.
100 and something feet, but it's hazard enough that you're going to go down that direction.
So when you're watching, chat, it's not these little blue things that are our downfall. It's the literal downfall.
Downfall into the ravine. Yes.
God rest her. She fell to a hill. I will have my mace brandished at this point, but I'm going to try to make my way onto the path, hobbling in full gear, in full disguise, lowering my voice a little bit to be a little more gruff, like a soldier, and say, "You fools, we're hurt. There was an issue in camp. Drop your weapons. Go get help. No, don't get help. Sorry, we're improvising here. Just drop your weapons."
Okay.
And I'm gonna advance. My plan for this is to one, try to gauge if they recognize uniforms, but also if it doesn't work, then I still have things to do. So 1, 2, we're just gonna. Whoop! Oh, I lost myself in the fray. Where'd I go? There I am.
She's underneath the there you go.
Okay. So as you're doing this, you're saying these things, but you're still advancing forward with your mace.
I mean, well, my mace is in my hand, and I'm kind of limping. I'm faking an injury, basically,
Okay.
like hobbling my way through.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh shit! Deception. Are clerics good at deception? I wonder.
Come on, nat 20. Oh.
Oh god, that's a 2.
Okay. All right. So that's your movement, and it's not necessarily full action. Are you going to do anything with your full action? Are you going?
I'm gonna guess that they're not gonna buy my little ruse, huh?
I mean, you can hold an action to decide if they're going to do that, but you have an action and a bonus action still to go. But you're hobbling forward, speaking, but you're not quite sure how that's going to react with them yet.
I'm gonna hold my action if they appear to not to not be amenable to my wonderful acting. I'm going to. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? I'm going to fire. Hold on, spells. I've lost them. I'm gonna hold my word of radiance, and if they seem to advance in any aggressive manner, I'm going to just grab at my little pendant and burn them as best I can.
Okay. Grab your pendant with your shield hand. I mean, it's you got your shield. It's got your shield, but you're just going to grab that with your shield hand.
I think that's reasonable. I mean,
Okay,
if it's in
yeah.
there, it's just right here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I just checking to make sure that you got your mace kind of like this. You're dragging it behind, and if something happens, you're going to grab that and cast Word of Radiance.
Absolutely.
And what's the trigger again? If they threaten you?
Yes, if they appear to be still advancing in an aggressive manner.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and release that spell because they do charge forward in a manner that you're not even sure if the intelligence in their eyes understood the words that you were speaking.
That's fair.
And so they just continue. At least these first two in front of you continue and charge forward towards you. So
sure. So I'm gonna touch my holy symbol and just say Saturn.
All right. So a saving throw for each of the creatures in front of you. So DC of 13 for at least the first two.
It's only a 5 feet radius. So.
Right. Yeah. So those first two in front of you, 13. That's a what? Con save? One.
Constitution, yes.
Yes. This one makes it and one does not. So.
Boo.
So go ahead and roll your damage on one.
Okay. So it is. Can I just click on it? No. It takes 1d6 radiant damage. Okay. 1d6. That's a 4.
Okay. Why would it not?
You're on the ruler, not the
Yeah.
mouse.
Got it? Okay. So one of them erupts in divine radiant, like just begins to burns with a golden energy. This one actually does something kind of interesting. It begins to shove. It has its short sword out, but it, along with the one that you just burned, kind of pushes along with these ones behind it. All of them just kind of push together, and it begins to push you off to the side. In an attempt to shove you off to the side, we're going to do an opposed athletics check.
Okay.
And I've got a 16.
Okay. No, tiny screen. Come back. Athletics. 23.
Okay, so yeah, this group just kind of their eyes are all burning with this yellow or this orange light, and they all kind of shove forward. The ones behind it push the ones in front, and the ones in front, they all kind of almost lock arms in an attempt to shove you, and you just bring the shield down and just say no and don't go anywhere, and they all kind of crash against your shield. The one that was assisting, the one that you did burn, will make a melee attack with its short sword.
Mm-hmm. Come on, AC class.
16.
No.
That also, he just stabs forward and just once again hits your shield, and you just block that off to the side. You will take, there are two people in the back that also throw some slings. Now, you have some cover because you have got people in front of you, but that's partial cover. So I guess it's +2 to your AC. So they're
Sure.
both. You're gonna have some sling attacks. 6 and a 3 plus, so that's a total of like a 10 and 7, and that's not anywhere close.
No, that's not going to do it.
So a couple of sling bullets just sling past you and don't do any good.
Okay.
Barmin, you also take 2 sling attacks from 2 people behind them,
Oh, no.
as the ones in the back just start and throw slings. So you can add +2 to your AC for this, since they're kind of chunking them through people. That's a 1 and a 19. So does a 19 hit you? I mean, you do have +2 to your AC because of this.
+2 gives me 10 AC.
All right. All right. So 1 sling bullet strikes you for a good 5 points of damage, and that kind of cracks right across. That hits you like right here in the clavicle.
Barmin Horn, first blood.
First blood. First blood today.
That's the first time I've ever been hit by a monster.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Would it is it too much to try to yell at the little creatures again,
No. Yeah. I mean, simple commands and
Since-
stuff you can yell.
since they've already attacked me, and just say, "You twits! I said we need help. Drop the weapons."
Make an insight check real quick.
Okay. I'm trying here. It's another 23.
From the quick 2 seconds in which you said that, nothing even seems to register on their faces. It's as if probably they don't even speak the same language.
They dumb as fuck.
They dumb as fuck. All right.
Okay, Folker.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to. This is uphill. I'm on the uphill side of things.
That's right.
And it's difficult terrain. So I'm going to move a little bit further away, and then just flanking a bit, and I'm gonna hit one of the guys at the back who's playing the drums.
Okay. Not only because of the distance and the amount of foliage in here, not only am I going to impart that they have heavy cover, but they also are 3/4 cover, but they're also going to have disadvantage. You're essentially firing through some pretty dense jungle-ish stuff.
Okay.
Just it's you're perfectly allowed to do that. I'm just telling you that there's some tough shots. You're like seeing kind of like, they're also very short. They're 3 feet, so you're pretty much kind of seeing like the tops of their heads.
All right. Well, here's hoping I take one of the heads off then. Get 3/4 cover and disadvantage.
I have faith in you. See,
Those are both 22s.
Okay, so yeah, that hits.
For 7.
One of the guys that's playing in the background, and he's got some drums, and he begins, and you can hear him, and he goes, "Hi-ya!" and then he just goes silent, and "Pachow!" Actually, I shouldn't do that. I forgot. Yeah, it does that. Yeah, you get the very top of his skull, and it it kind of just hits right back up in here, and then you hit the top of that, and he just collapses. There's still one drum player here in the back.
is it that one right next to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Folker, do you still have movement or any kind of bonus action or anything?
Well, no, I did my movement to move,
Oh, that's right.
and I don't have any bonus actions to do. So
All right, Abel, you're up.
If I tried to attack that one, would it have cover?
Just a +2.
But this one would be free.
That one would be free.
Yeah, I'll try to get the one on the far right, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to poke at it with my halberd.
Okay. Just a melee attack with the halberd.
Yeah.
Got it.
Rolled a 19.
19 will definitely hit. He just has a short sword and he's got these piecemeal leather armor, so he's pretty easy once you get past, like, just past the bushes and stuff, and it's just right into it.
So
4?
I did 4 points of damage.
Okay.
That sucks. I rolled a 1 twice in there. And then I will move to here.
Okay. Yeah. They you attack. Were you just kind of poking it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of threading it through the branches or underbrush.
Got it. Managed to poke, and you've cut a pretty good gash across his front, and then jump from pretty much one side of the trail back to the other side of the trail. All right, Barmin.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to drop a sleep spell. Why is that? And that square right behind that one. My goal being that I don't want the 20-foot radius to hit on you.
Got it. So essentially back behind at the cave entrance.
Correct.
Okay. What's your sleep spell look like?
Same sort of thing. Like I've got my hands up and I was like trying to like calm them as they come, and then like it kind of switches as I reach in to get some of the sand and just bring it down real low.
Okay. So go ahead and cast the sleep spell, and then there's so 19 hit points worth of. And that's there. So
that was 2 1s in there. That sucks.
Let's see what I'll use. That one drops. We'll say so. That one drops. Where was this? That one drops, and then it was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And halves don't count, do they? So it has to be full.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those two fall.
Okay.
And so
It does affect current hit points, though. Just
Right.
Right, it affects the lowest current hit points.
Yeah.
either of those two
Okay.
better damage might have. I don't know.
So if there's anything in there that had less, it would affect them, right?
Right, it starts at the bottom and works its way up. So whoever has 2 hit
There you go.
points
That's
falls asleep
that
first.
that would be right.
Okay. And then
So that way, because he was hurt, and so that one would go.
And then I'm going to move 5, 10, and just try and hide as much as I can behind this tree.
Okay. Are you going to actually try to hide?
I mean, I'm just taking cover. I'm not trying to
Okay.
hide myself. Like
That's what I was trying to check. See if you're actually trying to. You're just going to take cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those fall asleep. I know you see 3 of them drop. You guys do notice that the music kind of stops because the music, I mean the drums, and the guy that had just begun to start kind of chanting.
I'm stepping here and a step back. Let me just, yeah, okay. I'm going to cast Hex first off. So let me.
That's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, that's my bonus action.
Okay.
First level. Bang, bang. I'm gonna put it. Okay, that one's asleep. I'm gonna put it on that one.
From here.
And I'm giving him disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Got.
Well done.
Yeah, sometimes I have smart. And I'm
Say
gonna
it,
then.
Warlock. Say it.
I'm gonna blast him. That was 21 to hit.
21 hits, even with the +2. So, yep, that's a hit.
So that's that. 7. Do you want me to roll the extra necrotic? That's a 5.
Yeah, that guy. Those that can see, and you're there up in the fray and are splattered by kind of some bluish flesh. As that guy's head gets pretty. Actually, it's not his head. His chest. His head. You get blown back with blue flesh as that guy gets blown and is down on the ground. Actually, he's up against the trunk of the tree.
This never gets easier.
Glued him.
Blued him.
So,
Really engaged.
Anu,
Gross.
it's your turn.
I am going to sigh a little bit.
You hear, sorry, Anya.
I like to think it's just like an empty like rib cage. Like there's still meat on the extremities, but it's just like bones in the middle.
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast is a strange thing because there's a little bit of smell to it, a lot of look, but there's no sound. Like there's no sound to the Eldritch Blast.
Blast.
Oh, but there's a smell.
There's a smell to it. I'm curious.
I'm going to step over here, just off the path, and kind of make sure that I'm close enough to all these little folks.
I'm sorry. I meant to take a step back off the path that way.
Okay.
I'm going to cast my Word of Radiance again
Okay.
on the 3 of them, and just
Four.
Yeah, actually, it's all
Oh.
4.
Is it 4?
It's in 5.
Oh, it's 4. Excellent. That's even better. And just grumble, Zarin. I'm gonna cast that again. Hopefully that'll affect some of them at least.
Okay, so Con's a 13.
Yes.
That's an 11, a 9, a 3, and a 14. So the only
Okay.
one that survives or that does not take damage is
Okay.
the far right one that's in the middle of the path. The rest of them do take damage. They'll take 1d6.
Yes. You want me
Okay.
to roll that for you?
Yes.
That's a 6.
Very
All
nice.
right. The one that was on the ground, that was already sleeping on the ground, he just begins to burn with this golden radiance. The other two that are here to your left, they also kind of burn and scream out in kind of their little strange type of language that doesn't sound in any way like any kind of common. They just make some crazy noises. They go, yeah, more Wilhelms.
Sorry, it's the only scream I have.
That's a good scream. I'm also gonna use my my bonus action as a war priest,
Okay,
and I'm going to try to strike this one.
that's when you use the attack action.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah,
So I
you
can't do
have to make an attack as opposed to cast.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Well, there's not. I don't think there's much else I can do right now.
Well, you've become a nice armored and shielded roadblock.
That's fair. I think I'll move back on the road.
Okay. Doing that, you will invoke at least
Oh, right.
attacks of
that's
opportunity.
No.
So
So we'll just stay, and
you want to stay?
I do. Yes. I
Okay.
can move myself back there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Everyone else is taken care of. So.
Just mean mug him.
As you began, you looked like you wanted to go back over there to get some stable footing to get out of here, and you realized that the guys were just like ready to attack, and you moving so you would have moved your shield out of position, and they would have at least had an opportunity to sneak a little dagger strike or a short sword strike in between.
Sure. Well,
So you just-
thinking better of it, I don't want to put anyone else in danger for some folks I've kicked off the road. I'd rather just stay put and finish what I started.
You grind both your feet kind of down forward and kind of put both your feet into roots and kind of settle your feet down into some stable traction exactly where you're at, and kick one rock out and get stable ground. So stay where you're at. All right. So these guys come forward. uh,
I'd like to take this opportunity to grumble a little bit since I'm covered in blue shite now. But that's more for me.
That's just for me.
It's just for me. Gets me pumped.
Okay, these guys move forward. They are going to attempt. There's a lot of attempt here. So
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
not when
none of them left your
people,
range.
yeah, not when people enter into your, but when they leave.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So, so Abel, you've got two guys, both on either side of your flank, and both of them are attempting to push you, and they're going to try to shove you down.
Okay.
So the ones from either side, so the ones on the one on our all of our right, he's got advantage on that, and his attempt to shove athletics would be a.
This guy's got advantage to shove me towards him.
to shove you away.
So he's pushing me up the hill.
Actually, he's going to be pushing you this direction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's attempting to shove you, and you need a opposed athletics check against him.
Okay. I rolled an 11.
Okay, you beat that by 6 and 7 with advantage. And this guy right over here is also trying to shove you in that same direction, and he's got advantage. I got double 9s.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, so you avoid both of those things. Both of those guys attempt to shove, but don't move you at all. These small guys, even though they're getting kind of help from people within 5 feet of them, that doesn't do any good. This one directly next to it sees Anu as a big issue with her radiance, and so he makes a short sword attack at a 13.
Oh.
Okay, he against your armor. The guy behind him is also making a short sword attack at you. That's a 10, so that doesn't. Both of these things just clank off of your armor and off your. And then both the ones on the other side that had you had enveloped in your golden radiance, both of them attack as well.
Mhm.
14 and a 9.
No.
Okay. So once again, you've dug in your heels, you have your armor, you've got your shield, and you're just being waylaid with attacks that are all ineffective against you.
Feels like home.
Okay. That's the extent of their attacks. Folker, you're up.
All right, I'm going to continue flanking, move 15 feet up to shoot one of them that are attacking, and you, unless one of the prone one, well, no, they're asleep, so they'd be even harder to hit. They'd have full cover. So whichever one's more visible, if either of them are.
Now, in this case, because you're not shooting across other people or anything like that, I'm just going to say that they just have half cover.
Okay. No disadvantage?
No disadvantage, just half cover for those shots.
Okay.
You're not shooting across other people or through greater distance. That's you can easily kind of maneuver there and just get through half cover.
Okay. Then the one in the back, if I can see him. That one.
Yes, absolutely.
20.
You gut shots him. He is still slightly kind of on fire, and so that he had 1 hit point left. He was barely struggling, so he takes an arrow to the gut.
Yeah.
And he goes down.
He's slightly on fire.
Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it. Just a little bit of movement and a shot. That's all I can do.
Abel?
I'm gonna, for no reason. No, I'm gonna attack this guy here
Okay.
with
Damn
my
it.
halberd.
Where's Greater Cleave when you need it?
Yeah. I rolled a 4,
No.
which was a 1.
Natural one.
In this case, you just kind of lose your footing. It's not the best of ground. You lose your footing. You try to bring over. You just smack some branches over there and just realize that it just was an ineffective attack. The terrain was just against you in this case, and he was able to manage to get out of there. Your swing just kind of was weak, just goes right by.
Fair enough. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay. All right, Barmin.
I am going to yell at the one to the judge's right,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say, like, you little shit, you just lay down and fucking die like the piece of shit that you are, you shit. And then to the judge, I'm gonna yell, watch your ass, judge, focus. And so I'm gonna do vicious mockery on the little guy, and then I'm gonna do inspiration on the judge.
All right, I think we were using that as inspiration.
So it's a DC 12 wisdom
DC
save.
12 wisdom save. So -2, that would be a 2.
Okay.
So he takes 4 points of damage.
Yeah, and then he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Got it.
Yes.
Oh, and then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and hide behind that tree.
Got it. Yeah, the creature, even though you don't even know that if it understands what you say, but it just kind of gets, you're making these gestures towards it and just doing all this stuff, and it looks over towards you and just doesn't understand what's going on, and then grabs its head.
I go psych.
And then you jump off into the forest. Hanoa.
First off, I'm moving my curse to this one. It's still the strength. Check disadvantage. And then I'm going to blast, not that one. I'm going to blast that one. Middle of the pack.
Okay. Yeah, there's. Okay, I don't think there shouldn't be any kind of
Disadvantage or
nothing. No.
Okay. 17.
17 will hit.
4.
4 points of damage. Okay.
Judge, you have advantage. You have inspiration, just so you know.
Thank you, sir.
Your sickening bolt of energy that's green and black snakes through and kapah! leaves Anu again once splattered with just a little bit of bluish blood right across the backside of her ear.
I'm
Can I
not
roll for
doing that on
dexterity to
purpose.
raise my shield, knowing that these are coming?
The shield's on your left side.
Oh.
I believe you're right-handed, aren't you?
I'll help you clear it
Yes.
off later. It's okay.
Well, Anu, it is okay. That's Hanoa's turn. Anu, it's back up to you, but there is a little bit of a thrill, though. I mean, you're in a killing zone here of just maiming, and I mean, this is back to the training that
Oh yeah.
remember back during the war times. I mean, you're in the thick of it right here, and it's a pretty good position where you've got the judge behind you who's using a good ranged weapon.
I'm in the fray for sure. It not gonna say it makes me homesick, but you know, maybe a little smile, even though I'm covered in goo. Again, it's kind of just par for the course. As long as it's not my goo, it's fine.
It's par.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Or is it an apple?
I'm just going to strike. I'm gonna swipe at this little dude over here.
Got it.
Unions.
Mace.
All right, go ahead.
Finish him.
I'm gonna try. Oh no. Where'd it go? Sorry. Roll 20. Not the best. That's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
for 4 bludgeoning damage.
That one does not see it coming because it had gotten blasted with this thing, and it's this bolt of energy, and it's looking off in the other direction, and as it's just looking in the other direction, you can kind of see you just right upside the temple, and mace just crushes that one's skull, and it drops instantly right there onto the ground.
Excellent.
Any movements or bonus actions? Or
I'm actually going to use my War Priest bonus action now,
okay.
and I'm going to swing at the one on the other side of me, right here.
Got it. So you have your shield this way, and pretty much just open hand in that direction, and then back across the top of the shield on the other side.
Yes, sir. Try it again. Oh, that's going to be a 22 to hit,
Okay.
and a 6 for damage.
Not even realizing that attack is coming over the shield. This guy was trying to attack you, and you turtled up with your shield, and you come right over the top of that shield, and you just feel like the flanges of your mace just crush that top of that skull, and he just crumbles straight down, his knees buckling to the ground beside you.
Nice flanges.
A little bit of a smile on that one. I'm going to step over. I'm going to try to click on my token and actually. Why can't I do this?
You want your token to go? You want to go here?
I'm trying to put it back on the road. It just wouldn't let me pick
There
it
you
up.
go.
So, and I'll just. I mean, if I can on my way, I'll just kick the corpse, trying to roll it down the hill. But I'll look back at the judge, and just say, It's not the most righteous work, but I made some room for you.
So yeah, you managed to just step over there, and with the heel, just step on him and push him and kick him off to the side of the road.
Let's give him a little
And
nudge.
Grab some footing. Okay.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Let's see. So we're gonna have just one regular attack on the one regular attack right there next on Abel. He's just gonna no longer attempt to shove you, but just attack with a short sword. Oh, so 19.
That will hit.
All right. So he manages to get 5 points of damage as it pierces right through. You tried to block it. You've got your armor, but he's real close and just managed to get you somewhere right around in the knee, and just a good slice of blood. You just stabs you right in the knee. Both on the other side of on either side of Anne, you realize that she seems to be in the greatest threat, and with their flanking maneuvers, they now, since they have advantage, each of them attack you with their short sword. The one that's on the path below you attacks.
Mhm.
He had disadvantage on his attack, right?
Oh, 'cause
yeah,
he's hexed,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that one. So that one has disadvantage.
Point Emma.
We're talking about that one
Yeah,
right there.
that one was hit with the vicious mockery. So
Got it.
The disadvantage.
Right.
Is it
Gold star for you, I think.
vicious mockery? Does that have that gives disadvantage on his next attack or advantage on the next attack?
Disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
Because
All
he's
right.
upset from being mocked.
He's viciously
Got it.
mocked as,
He
like,
feels insulted
like
and
a mother
embarrassed.
bitch.
I believe the term is butthurt.
He's very butthurt. He has the butthurt
So-
condition.
That definitely misses. He just he just kind of swinging wildly and doesn't even come close to connect. But the one that's in front of you, he also attacks with the short sword. 213, so that's 2 17s. Either of those 17 hit?
No.
Okay.
Almost, but no.
He comes rushing at you and pretty much stabs with his short sword, and almost it sticks into the shield, and you can kind of feel like it's like a couple seconds and then it pulls it out, but it never penetrates the shield.
And give him
Just
a little grin and
just
say, your comrades made some good armor.
Just impeck it on the surface.
How many rounds has this been?
3,
Um,
4,
Three.
3.
And
Okay.
3.
So we still have guys that are asleep. That they're
Oh,
like
yeah,
6
yeah.
more rounds. Yeah.
I've only done. They've got 9 more rounds.
Okay, Fulker.
No, 8 rounds.
Oh.
All right. Is this you kind of have like it where the forest butts up against the actual rock. Is that still difficult terrain?
Where? Point out where you're talking about.
Like here
To get to that direction, or to shoot in that direction?
to get to that direction.
Yes. Yeah, that would be difficult terrain to still get there.
Okay. Well, that's as far as I can go. And I would have to fire at disadvantage to shoot the sleeping one. So instead, I will shoot the one that's standing by Anu.
Okay.
Actually, check that.
Because of the small distance there, this one will not have any kind of disadvantage and probably won't even have cover. This one doesn't have cover. This one will have more than probably at least have cover.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot that one that's by her.
That one right there.
Yep.
Okay. That's just a straight up roll.
15?
15, that'll hit.
11.
That one takes a good shot right to the back of the neck, and it falls. Abel.
Well, since I'm having difficulty swinging the halberd in this brush, I'm gonna drop it and pull out my flail, and I'll take a swing at. What is the skull and crossbones on the guy behind me?
That's a hex.
Okay.
Yeah, when you look over there, you can. It's tough to see, but it's almost like looking at sunspots. Some sunspots are just kind of swirling around and kind of disappear and kind of go into the skin of the blue skin of this creature every now and then.
So you're currently having a migraine. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. I will just attack the one that's behind Anu then.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing to that one. Straight up
I
attack.
rolled a 13
A 13 will hit. That's right at the RAC.
for 3 damage.
And that one has already been previously injured, and the flails just catches it right through the armor across the neck, and just manages to rip part of the windpipe out, and it goes down.
And that's my turn.
Okay. There it is.
I was waiting for it.
Barmin, is there anything?
For Barmin,
It's tough. There's one, you're kind of hiding behind this tree, but you think that there's one that's kind of hidden between a couple different trees next to Abel. It's tough for you to see that, though. That guy's got almost 3/4 cover from you.
I'm gonna look to Hanoa, like holding this like a bit of blood on my head, and be like, does it look bad? Does it? What is it? Can you see skull? Does it look bad?
Oh my god, I can see your brain.
Yeah, let's see here real quick. Okay, so I'm going to.
What's that for?
I was trying to see if I was going to sit down and have a panic attack or not, but
I love it.
Roll for a decision.
so I'm going to go 5, 10 this way. Can I see this one a little bit better, the hexed one?
Yeah. If you come out from around the tree and just take that's 10 feet of movement. You kind of come around the tree. Yes, you can go through that one. It's got +2 to its AC, but
I'm going to come out and be like, "You wasted bit of cock hair. What are you doing? Just fucking die." Fucking make him do it. I'll do a vicious mockery on him again.
okay. Yeah, your vicious mockery did a different one, but so that I roll what's my?
It's a DC 12, I think.
Is it wisdom?
Yeah.
We'll look back at the judge. Did he just say cock hair?
This guy fails miserably and looks over towards you, and then back towards the judge, and looks back towards you, and just does not know what is going on, and his mind kills him.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I was hoping to splatter him, but that'll do too.
Well, I think there's two still sleeping back there. Can you really see my brain? It feels like my brain is.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Essentially,
It's a
depending
scratch.
what you guys want to do, we're kind of out of combat for the next what is it?
Seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, no.
40 something seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
I pick up my halberd and I go in the lives of those two.
Okay, simple enough. I mean that with a couple of you guys there, it'd be easy enough to dispatch them.
Okay.
So
I trudge up to Anu. I'm sorry, you got a little gross and splattery, and
I appreciate it, sweetie, but it's not
You
your
look great.
blood.
you look great. You look great. You're fine.
I always thought I looked nice and blue.
Hopefully,
you
it
all
doesn't
right?
oxidize.
Are you
I'm
hurt?
great. No,
I run up when you say that. I'm
I
like,
was-
on you. What does this look like? Does this look? What is
his
this?
brain is falling out of
Is
his
it-
skull right now.
Oh,
What
Barmin.
is it? I can't tell.
I'm going to I'm going to touch Barmin's shoulder, and I'm going to cast whatever healing spell requires touch.
Cure wounds.
I'm also going to adapt his accent temporarily.
It's
I'm
effective
gonna
just
cast-
like my venereal diseases.
I will attempt to discreetly lay hands upon myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds, level 1 for Barmin for 6 healing,
Oh,
okay.
oh.
and just say just look at him and just say they Voland, very peacefully try to calm him down.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's very kind. Which was which was your god again?
Voland.
I serve Torm. Well, serve. I serve Torm. Patron saint to 4.
Does that have relation to what's her name? Saint Elizabeth.
I would imagine all of them are somewhat related.
Well, it works. It works.
Voland. I'm just. Noah's just like Voland.
When-
I like that word.
There's always just a little bit of heavy breathing and a little bit of panting whenever this kind of stuff is done, but the place seems quiet. You don't hear any kind of birds, and you don't hear any kind of sounds or anything. There's just a little bit of leaking fluid from some of these corpses.
And Barman.
Environment.
But other than that, there doesn't appear to be any kind of noise at all.
Just start moving the bodies off the path. Do we just want to roll these down?
Pitch them down the hill.
That's
Do they have
a good
anything on
idea,
them?
yes.
What do these guys look like? Have we ever seen anything like these?
No, you've never seen anything like these.
They
Like I
wear
said,
like loincloths, so they wear. What are they?
mostly scrapped leather armor, but the strangest
we
thing.
would search them, I assume, before we pitched them down.
Sure, most of them, some of them had almost all of them had at least a short sword. They all had slings with some stones. A couple of them had some darts.
Were they
They
metal weapons?
the metal weapons. I mean, nothing beyond those.
Like the short swords were, in fact, metal. But
Yes.
Okay.
And many of them had slings with stones. Several of them had large darts. They had pieced mail leather armor that had been put together. Like I said, they're blue. They kind of have like blackish hair that essentially is receding. So they got like this bald head with this kind of like receding back, just fringe of hair back here. They had the glowing orange eyes. They all have some sort of pouch. One of the strangest thing about them is that, despite the fact that they're kind of weird creatures, these all looked identical. Like they were all looking exactly the same. The only thing that's different is some guys had a couple drums, but that was it.
Volker, do you think we can eat these?
Oh,
No.
I mean,
They do. I did say they do have belt pouches on them.
yeah. What's in the
No, I
pouch?
figure.
Let's look in the pouches.
I figure you could eat them,
I ain't eating this.
but I don't think you should eat them.
As you guys go, you pretty much kind of check each and every one as you push them off into the side, or if you take them and double throw them, like somebody grabs the hands and somebody grabs the legs, and you toss them.
we get them up in the trees. It's like we're toilet papering a house with these guys.
You managed to gather about 45 copper and about 76 silver and a
Oh,
number of different shiny looking baubles. There's a couple of nice looking stones that look like they're just kind of quartz stones that don't amount to much. There's various knickknacks, odds and ends throughout all the pouches, but throughout those things, that's how much altogether you gather from in coinage.
Who's writing
Oh.
down? Who's writing
I
down?
wrote it down.
knickknacks? Okay. Are there any paddywhacks?
I was going to say
Can
the
we
same
give
thing.
the dog a bone?
This old dwarf is rolling home.
So your group is gathered again once again over here. I'm not gonna however you want, but you have this entrance into the side of the mountain, this rock outcrop. Like once again, it's a natural rock outcrop, but it does have embedded into the walls. Embedded into the walls, like right here, and then right here, there are two timber posts that then also have like a bar across the top of it. Inside, you can standing here at the outside. There's no light going in. It looks like it curves after the first 5 feet or so, and you just kind of you don't get a bad smell, but it's definitely kind of like like a stagnant, pungent smell coming in from inside. But there is definitely wind coming out as if the pressure differential. So it's either coming out or going in, but the wind is blowing at this entrance. So there is something beyond this entrance. It continues in.
I'll just walk into it.
Okay.
I'll follow him.
Barmin is able to see quite easily after the first 5 feet because of his dark vision. But Abel, it becomes dark very soon, almost as it turns this corner, and that the light going from the light outside, even the filtered light through the canopy of this forest, once going inside, it's going to take you a little bit to adjust to get your even in the low light vision.
Just keep a hand on my shoulder.
Should we get the lamp out?
Yeah, I think seeing that we're venturing forward into some darkness, and we're currently out of immediate danger, I'll dig the lamp out of our pack, out of my pack, I suppose, and if need be, fill it with another oil flask. But not sure how much was used from the night before.
Okay.
There's about an hour of it. I think it lasts 6 hours.
Yeah, one pint lasts 6 hours.
Okay. So there's probably still a little bit rolling around in there, but if need be, I can top it off. So I'll top it off just in case, and we'll bring it out. So at least in the center of our group, it's not as obvious as it's not a bright beacon, but we can still stumble our way through.
I can carry it.
Okay, I'll pass it over to the judge. Just like keep it low.
Sure. To get this oil lamp properly lit, Barmin enters over here. Barmin, you're immediately struck by 2 things. First of all, to your left side, there's this.
And no, sorry.
Your left side, this wall right here. This is now that is 100% a crafted wall. That is not natural. This is a wall that has been constructed with stone. Immediately, you recognize dwarven stonemanship. There's just no doubt about it. It's 100%. That is dwarven stonework. No check needed. You recognize the chisel type marks, the types of everything that is used. But that's dwarven.
Can I use my stone cunning to roll a history check on it real quick?
Of course.
6, even when I double my proficiency bonus, which would give me an 8. So it's obviously dwarven.
Yeah. The what you get from it is that you know it's dwarven because of the stone tools and the way in which it was shaped. That this is the way dwarves shape stone. These are the way they make bricks. But the age, just no idea. You can't get anything more from it, and you're not quite sure whether that's what that's the product of. Whether this is old, new, weathered, what's going on with it. But you can't get much more from it other than, I mean, you're 100% certain it's dwarven.
It just says made by dwarves in the bottom right corner. But beyond that, I'm like, I don't fucking know.
This is an open. This is an entrance that goes deeper into. That's just an open entrance. There's no door. It looks like that it was a place that once held a door, but that door is either long rotted away or been broken off or something. There's no longer any hinges. This is just an open entrance. There isn't much within this room other than just some old moldy sacks and some refuse. It gives a little bit of a pungent smell to it, but it's not like it's rotted fruit or anything. It's old. Maybe there's some bones that stick about, but it's just kind of old and it doesn't stink real well. Stink like awful, but it just kind of smells like refuse and trash that line the entire walls. All along this wall here, it's just kind of like refuse and trash. Who has the lamp? And you?
I believe Abel has it.
Abel has
To
it.
the judge.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I've got it.
The rest of you, I don't know, Folker and Hanoa, do you guys enter?
I want to look at the wood supports and walling or whatever on the entrance, and just, I don't know exactly what I would be looking for, but just seeing if anything other than the blue creatures would have gone, like a snagged fabric or something on the wood.
Okay. Sure, do an investigation check.
Sure. I think I'm actually, proficient in that with a +1. That's a 5.
Kind of moving your hand up and down and looking at there doesn't appear to be anything there.
I find a splinter.
Yeah, you are hoping that maybe because these are rough and the rough timbers, that maybe a stray thread or hair or something, but you just don't find anything. A lot of it could be that there's a lot of wind from the differential coming in and out of here, so it's just kind of like you're constantly in this just as you're in this cave entrance threshold.
Okay, I look at Folker and walk in.
I'm taking up the rear.
Okay. So you have a pretty good light source here. This next room. I wish I could do Fog of War, but I'll get it for next time. Promise.
One quick second. Were there any brushes or anything that were covering up the entryway of where we just came in?
Any what?
Any
No.
brushes or
No.
branches?
No,
Shrubbery?
there was just some pretty heavy. The drawing here doesn't do it justice. There was just pretty heavy foliage. These are big trees, so they were kind of covering it up. There wasn't anything that was made to obscure it on purpose.
Okay. So I don't need to put anything back that we've moved.
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Quick note, we just rolled past 11.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Barmin, and both you and Abel partially can see into this next room. I know you can't see all the corners, but that is what you see.
I go check it out.
Within this room, there are a lot of almost like nests, either made out of clothing or different places to sleep. There's quite a bit of pouches and sacks, and if you had to make a pretty reasonable guess, you would be guessing that almost every one of those creatures were kind of making this room their ready room, or where they slept and where they stayed. There is a number of there's a number of different things to look at throughout this entire room. Although it's just a square chamber with an open doorway. But there's a lot of stuff to be looked at, to be searched.
Is there a door in this doorway?
Yes, I'm sorry. That's just an open door to a hallway.
Okay.
At this point,
Typo.
this room smells a little bit worse than the other one, as if people were living in here a lot more. But the wind has died down, and there's not that gust of wind through this direction. Abel, since you are here, you can you do hear a little bit of wind and noise coming from through that doorway down that hallway.
Okay.
I take my cloak and pull it just a little bit up, just over my nose.
Anybody else heading into this room?
I'm
then-
gonna
yeah,
make
I'm
my
gonna
way into the
follow it.
room. Yes.
Okay.
Gonna just help start searching. Are we gonna turn packs over?
Yeah, I'll
Take
do a
some
search in
looks.
here if I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a little bit. For
Go ahead. If anybody's going to search, do an investigation.
Barmin rolls 15.
Roll a natural 1. Plus 1 is a 2.
Abel rolled a 2.
I rolled a 7.
I'm really grossed out in here for some reason.
It's a little disturbing. It's understandable.
Volker,
I'm holding the lantern, just kind of poking.
I'm just watching. I'm not searching.
Okay. Are you okay? Most of you, a lot of it for Hanoa, for Abel, for Anu, it's kind of difficult because you start moving around, and as the lantern starts getting moved, the shadows get moved around. You realize it's kind of gross. You're kind of picking with stuff around. Barmin apparently we're going through and having no trouble whatsoever looking around. Barmin, you find a few things. You do find a healthy little pouch that jingles quite a bit with some coin. Another thing that you find that's interesting is it's not a very large one, but you do find a painting that's completely out of out of place. But it's just a painting. It's not much bigger than about like that. So, what, 1.5 by 1 foot? You find a painting, and then you do find a strange feather. It's like a really nice looking kind of feather, and it's got like a little bird claw on the very tip of the feather.
What is the painting of?
The painting is a simple pastoral of like a house. It just looks like it's a house that's in some rolling fields, like a farmhouse.
Is the landscape familiar at all?
It could be anywhere. It does not strike you as completely familiar, no. But
Not too familiar? Just kidding.
no, it could be any generic farm place.
So not familiar is what you're saying. Okay. I found these things. These I don't some coin, this little painting, and this weird little feather.
Cute.
Feather has a claw on the end of it.
That's disturbing.
It's like a feather. The feather is about that big. It's a good size, like one of the big, nice, either eagle feathers or falcon feathers or even a vulture feather. But at the end, where it would be the quill, there's like a little carving that would have a bird claw also on the end of it. So it's like there's a feather with the end of it is like in the bird, just one bird claw talon.
I asked Volker if he's ever seen anything like that.
What would you like me to roll to see if I could identify the feather?
I will just go ahead and tell you, you've never seen anything like that. I mean, you could tell what the feather is if you want to roll a nature check.
Yeah, that's what I
but-
meant. I meant
Okay,
what feather came
sure.
from. I'm proficient at nature.
with 0 bonus.
Yay!
11.
You're guessing it's going to be a bird of prey of some sort. It's probably it could be an eagle, it could be a hawk, it could be a rock. There it is.
Waiting for you to say hawk.
But it is definitely a bird of prey.
Well,
I wonder if
this is-
it's.
oh,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
from some. I mean, it's flight feather from bird of prey of some sort, but I can't name the species.
It is
I don't
also
know.
like it's in pristine shape.
I
Is it?
bet this is
Too good of a shape.
magical.
Say what?
It's got magic.
I kind of like I thrust it forward towards Hanoa,
I mean, if the little blue things had it, I'm sure you're okay to keep holding it.
and
Does
I
it
just
smell
keep
magical?
walking closer and closer to her until it's basically right in front of her,
I'll take
Okay.
it.
and I step back away from it.
I don't know.
Quickly, Barmin, looking through that quick pouch, you estimate and quickly that's gold in there. So
There's gold in them hills.
it's a small pouch. You can go ahead and write down. It's a pouch of 36 gold.
Jesus
Oh, shite.
Christ!
Holy moly. And a magical feather.
And a painting.
30. How many 30? What gold? 35? 35?
36 gold.
36 gold.
Just smelling the feather. Does it smell like this gross place?
No, it does
No.
not. It does feel like a feather, like you go up the veins of a feather, but they go back perfectly. Like it does not.
Yeah, let's go retire
This is
somewhere
magical.
now. We've got so much money. We're so loaded.
And we have a magical feather.
Maybe we could just go buy those slaves back.
Would that
I'm just
work?
kidding. Notice I said that in Ryan's voice, not in Ryan's
Oh,
voice.
not in Barmin's voice. I know. I would honestly think, would that work?
It was an option. If it didn't work, we just attack them.
Plus
No harm, no foul.
15 magical feather.
Hmm.
I'm putting magical in quotes because that's Hanoa's assumption.
All right, I will keep it in the pouch and just put it with the rest of my stuff, the gold.
Okay.
You showed us the painting, correct?
I did, yes. I showed you
Anything on
everything. Yeah.
Back of the painting, like another painting.
You flip the painting over, and no, it's a nice painting, and the framing is nice, but there's nothing on the back, and in fact, there's actually no signature either.
Does the style at all remind me of any of the paintings I saw in the art house?
No, it does not. This looks like a pretty decent painting.
So they knocked over at Hilton.
I gingerly stashed the feather away in my bag.
Okay.
Could it be used as a writing quill?
Can't.
Oh, bummer.
Claw at the end. That'd be a weird way to write.
Be awesome. Sounds like
Okay.
I
Are we continuing?
ask, is this a good place to stop, or is this
Well, why don't you just give me 5 more minutes?
Okay.
Well, I'm,
Yeah, and so
Yes,
fine.
Yes,
That's fine.
and. Da, da, da.
you want to check this thing out?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably best that we not sit for too long in here.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
Also that, yes.
Merciful shite, if I could quote our war priest. Oh. Separate-
Always magical.
You whoop.
I'm just gonna have to move Matt in the stream.
And just slowly move her forward.
So as you move down this hallway here, as you go, Abel, you're holding the lantern. Once you start getting about to where this arrow is, the amount of wind really picks up, and the definitely tone of the wind comes in. as you get right about to where you are at, one more 5-foot step, this is open downward, and you just feel an updraft coming from down below of slightly colder air. This is an empty room here, and this is a wooden staircase which spirals downward, and you could feel coming up from the bottom just cold, pure cave 60-degree air coming straight up and then moving outwards. Your lantern just kind of flickers, stays lit, but flickers, and you just get the sense of it. You get a small, like a cave mineral smell coming deep from bottom, and then you get it's a sense of old wood as these stairs. These are wooden stairs, and this is a railing along the inside, which is just this creaky old, kind of like banister railing on the inside, and the staircase descends into darkness. And that's where we'll stop.
Woo!
Knew I
I
should have
think we
studied
found the
that
mines.
ball.
You're going in a cave.
How shoddy does this stairwell look?
It doesn't look so bad, but you haven't stepped foot on it either.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. I'm gonna write that
Alright.
for later.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Staircase of
All right. Did you say of doom?
with a question mark.
Staircase of Doom. Well, game. Back on Sundays.
Back on Sundays.
Back on
Aye.
Sundays.
Happy about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to clap to end the audio? Is that what they do?
No.
No.
No. I just.
I mean,
ignored
people that are
starts.
listening are probably clapping.
Woohoo!
Yes.
We're so glad they're done.
They did a thing!
All
Hey.
the ghosts, our ghost audience.
I can go to sleep now.
The torture continues next week.
Hey, Matt.
Rules of attrition.
Kyoka says, "Fun times. Good night."
Oh,
Night, Kyoka.
Thank you for hanging out with
Thanks
us.
for hanging.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We'll get okay at some point.
Hi, we're doing really well, guys. Really well.
We splattered a bunch of blue things.
It's true. We took
It's like-
on a little horde.
It's like our new achievement is like how many enemies can we get on Anu? I think we're up to 5.
Angie's characters always get covered in goo.
It's true. They're always covered in nastiness. Most of the time,
Oh,
not my
no.
own. It's okay.
They get gooed.
I get used to it.
Good.
I mean, I'm partially at fault.
Again, it's not mine. It's fine. You shut it. Shut it, Dover. You see your little cheeks get all red.
I'm real excited from where this goes from here.
Ooh, good.
You
I'm
mean
really
down?
excited to roll up new characters soon.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
got-
one of those blue things.
Did we level up to 3rd level?
Oh, is that what you're waiting for?
No.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's to be surprised with next week. Are we still? We're not streaming.
We're still.
Yeah, we're still
done.
good. I guess we could call this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, leveled up. Yeah, we'll milestone to 3.
Yay!
Yep.
Oh god, I have to finalize my choice. I thought I made it in my head, and now I have to actually
You
do
have
it.
an entire week.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
roll. Also, I would like to say the
Oh
award.
yeah, can I roll hit points? tonight?
Oh shit.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. You want to do roll hit points?
Hell yeah.
Awesome. All right, hang
I'm
on.
not taking the average.
Yes. So yeah, everybody, if you'd forgotten, you may take the average or you may roll. Let's go one at a time. Who's going to go first? To roll?
I'm going first. Here it
Abel's
comes.
going first. What you rolling a D? What?
D10.
Do you have any pluses?
Negative.
All right.
2.
Ooh,
Yes.
2.
Oh no!
That makes me a nice even 20.
Okay. Anybody else gonna roll?
That scare everybody else off.
All right, Barmin. Barmin's gonna roll. You're gonna roll a D what?
D8.
And you have any minuses or pluses?
Nope. Straight up roll.
Straight up D8.
3.
3. We can only go.
No.
Keep going up. I'll go next.
That gives me a nice round 19.
Nice.
And Noah, okay. You're going to roll a D8.
Yes, I'm gonna roll a D8.
No pluses, no minuses.
Nope, I roll an 8.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Warlock tank.
How do we know what we roll?
It's your
You
class.
roll a D10.
I think
You
yeah,
roll
you
a D10.
Okay.
Well, I
And
thought-
is it? What's the modifier? Con.
Clerics
Constitution.
are
Con.
D8.
Con bonus.
Clerics D8.
Or
Do you have a plus 1 or plus 2 or anything?
I have a +2 in Constitution.
Plus 2 on con.
Oh,
so
come on,
roll
there you
this,
go.
roll this, and you get plus 2.
I got hosed last time. I'm fuck it. I got armor for the moment. Okay. D10. I'm gonna roll it. D10. Motherfucker!
Well, it's still 5. It's still 5. It's
So
not
5,
three.
5 more hit points.
Hold on. I'm looking it up real quick. I thought the clerics were D8.
Oh, I think you're correct. I was thinking she was a fighter.
Yeah,
you are
it's
correct.
D8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Do it
so roll
again!
D8.
Do it again.
Means you're gonna go better, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more better. I'm at 26 hit points.
Holy cow.
My God, you have.
Folker, are you taking the average?
Maybe
or
I
you
should be
roll-
going-
No,
Blade
I'll
lock.
roll.
You couldn't be at 26.
I'm at 26.
You got really high
You
last
got the
time.
highest
too.
possible roll last time, also.
Yeah.
I got a 7
You
last
have a
time, and then I have a
con
plus
bonus?
1 for my con.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right.
You're at a plus.
I
you're
love
at
it,
a 10?
Hanoa.
Folker?
Hanoa, you have more hit
I'm
points
at
than I
D10,
do.
yeah.
All right. Do you have any pluses?
No, God, no.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is our dip
my
level.
God.
Okay, maybe I will consider Blade Lock now. No, I don't want to be Hexblade. God, no. Fuck that.
All right. Here's the deal. Let's look at this. We're gonna do a little bit of
Ooh.
everybody but Hanoa may roll again for you are going to have to give up let's think. What should we have to give up?
I already declined.
It's like a devil here. I'll play your game. I might play your game.
Trying to think. What do you have that I could take?
Oh,
Do
no.
you want some beef scraps or?
I was gonna say pretty
Do
much
you want
wipe,
the feather?
Beef scraps.
let's just wipe out all the gold you have and I'll take back the feather.
Oh, no.
No, I
I'm
decline.
keeping my 2.
I'm keeping my 3.
Keep my 2. I'm not gonna re-roll just to get a 1.
Okay.
Fair.
All right.
I don't play your games, your fate games.
Yeah.
We'll play D&D, but not your
Well, the reason I was
It's
saying
fallacy.
the reason I was saying is because everybody ruled under the average,
Yeah,
with the exception of
that's-
Hanoa. I mean, everybody
We
ruled.
all chose to roll. You shouldn't
I'm
even
great.
bother.
That's a good point.
But I
I
was
feel
hey, it
This
was
is
just
life.
I was
This
just
is
going to give you the option. Like,
No.
you know, that's probably what 100 and something gold.
No.
Big soon.
How much gold do you guys
I
have?
think we're at like
Um,
maybe 45 at the most.
45 gold in the feather.
Well, when Hanoa divvied out the 22, that was 5 to each of us, right?
Mm-hmm. And we just got
4.
36.
4 to each.
4 to each of us. Okay.
And then there's 2 left over.
So
Hey, let's just
I'm
do it
at-
this way. You had how much? 25? Is that what you had at first?
22.
All right, so 22 plus the 36 plus
And then
whatever it was that we got from
45 copper, 76 silver.
I won't even count that. I don't even care.
45
Yeah,
copper.
but we each essentially got 5 gold for the initial reward. Some of that was spent. So
You said it was 25 gold?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it was 35 gold.
We got 36 gold from inside, but then we got 25 earlier.
22 from
22.
the guys.
22. Okay, hold on. Let me crunch these numbers.
Okay.
All right, so we got
it's
22
D&D tax
plus
season.
36 equals 58. Divided by 5 equals 11.6. I'm going to do a little bit of conversion too. 76.
See, like what do they call it? The abacus? Is that it?
Equals 15 copper. Or 15 silver.
So does everybody pretty much has an idea what they're doing at third level. Is that right?
I'm done. I'm all
Okay.
finished.
I'm just making sure. I thought everybody did. Everybody's gotten back together with me.
I don't.
Not me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So if we need to talk, we can do that. Yeah, I'll talk regardless. But
doing a little bit of rounding, everybody has 15 gold,
ooh,
11.6 silver. So the 0.6 is just copper. And then add 9 copper to that. So 15 gold, 11 silver, and 15 copper.
and that's including the initial.
That's the 22. That's the stuff that we found on the bodies, and that's the stuff we found in.
This would be added to whatever you might have already had.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is from this and last session.
Gotcha. So
And again, it got a little blurry on some of the copper and silver, but that should be enough.
right, okay.
It just happened to fall into Barmin's pocket. Wow.
I can't remember. There's no appraise, is there?
Mm-mm.
5E's crap. Brought to you by D&D.
5e.
Yeah,
Yay, level 3, level 3.
I lost my rope use.
Shit, what am I doing?
Everybody can fucking use a rope.
Some people can't use it well.
But apparently, not everybody can climb.
And on that note, I'm going to stop the stream.
Bye, stream!
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna
And stop the
stop
recording.
my audio. Yeah.
And stop the recording.
Goodbye.